Пошли. Все вместе. Какие ваши доказательства?
They want you to comply.
Cancel culture is about canceling.
Кокаином.
Up yours. Woke moralists. Up yours.
This is systematic bullying that's happening.
Woke moralists. Up yours.
And they believe that they can then
Woke
shut us
moralists.
up.
Up around and find out.
Up yours. Woke moralists.
They seem animalistic is what I mean.
No, they're worse than animals.
The woke mob, they ruin everything.
They stop Ben Shapiro from going to events and speaking. They stop Ann Coulter from doing it.
I will never surrender even a single inch of ground to a pitchfork mob.
You never cave to the mob.
We will never bow to the mob. Ever. No matter what.
Do you see the final expression of cancel culture in terrorist groups like
Up yours.
We'll see who cancels who.
Hey, me and Mike have an announcement.
Yeah.
We have kicked out everyone else from the podcast. It is now the Mike and David, or David and Mike. We got to discuss who goes first.
Mike and David.
You think Mike and Dave? It could be
Yeah.
the Mike podcast or the Mavid.
Man, I'm still super bright. Holy shit. But yeah. So there was basically a mutiny during our Leftist Mafia board meeting yesterday, and everyone walked. So we are the last two standing. So we're hiring.
We whacked them. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. I mean, we are a mafia. So the Humanist National.
They're all sleeping with the fishes. That's where they are. No, of course. Of course, we're the most dedicated too. So we're here today.
Yeah.
But Lance is enjoying himself somewhere. He's not here with us.
Mm-hmm.
Rebecca can't make it this week. She's got family stuff. And Bender is being a father. He has to be a little late because he's doing daddy stuff.
How dare he? How dare all of them have a life?
How dare us not have one?
I know.
Oh, well, that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah. But you know what? It's a great opportunity because the nerds have the show today and we could talk about video games.
Bro, I shot a video today for my second channel that I'm not sure if it's good, but it was about finding old memory cards. I found 2 old PS2 memory cards in my parents' house, and I went to see what was on them. And like last time, like the old dates are on them and everything. They haven't been open like 20 years. I got these ones too, but these are N64 memory cards. You can't look at what's in these unless you have the game, because there is no hub on N64. But some games had memory card support, so I will never know what is on these memory cards, and it's bothering me. But
interesting.
Just to show you the kind of nerdy shit we're getting into.
I think that's really cool though, because like those memory cards, those are memories. Like it's so neat to think about that.
Yeah, that's why it was cool to go through some of the old ones and be like, oh my god, this one hasn't been opened since 2003. Like to think about like my life in 2003 and like that I haven't played this game or this at least loaded this save since 2003. Yeah, it was fun to go through some of that old stuff.
Yeah, when my dad passed away, I really wanted to bust out the Animal Crossing save file that he had because he put thousands of hours into that. And I'm like, man, I could see like what he did, all of the animals that he talked to, and it was a little. Unfortunately, it was lost, but yeah.
Like when you go back to an old Animal Crossing save, it checks the clock on the GameCube, so it knows how long you've been gone. So like, and the town folks will like mention like, oh my god, David, I haven't seen you in 20 years.
Yes,
there'll be weeds everywhere. I should jump back into my Animal Crossing. That could be a fun video. Jump back into my Animal Crossing save and see what's going on there.
Yeah, I still have my Nintendo DS Animal Crossing save, or not my DS, the 3DS. I forgot what the name of the last one was.
The 3DS one. Yeah.
It was from like 10 years ago, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
Is that 10 years old? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Time flies by so quickly.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. This whole year flew by really quickly, but it was like, I think you can agree, this was such a good year for games. And we had the same game of the year. For those who don't know, we actually both put up separate top games of 2023 videos, but David's was like so good, and mine, I just winged it, and I'm like, oh my god, David is like, this is poetry, holy shit. It made me feel really bad about mine.
I winged mine last year because I did it live. So, but by the way, anyone watching wants to see it, youtube.com/David Doel. You see the link right there below me. But the one last year was like an hour long because I did it on Twitch, and it was like I was looking at Notepad, and it was just like it was me just kind of like whatever, saying whatever for an hour. Yeah, this one I wanted to be like, you know what? I want people to actually watch this, so I'm gonna make it like I wrote like little scripts for each one. And I didn't like just directly read them. I kind of like I tried to riff as I was speaking, but I wanted to have like my thoughts out because I tried shooting it without writing anything down first, and like this is just not going well. Like I'm just like I'm mumbling my words. I'm trying to figure out what I want to say. So I had to really sit because I haven't really written about or talked about games professionally for. I mean, I was never really a big professional, but I have a couple articles on IGN from like 10 years ago. So I went to like a couple events. I was trying to be a games journalist, and it didn't really work out very well. IGN never paid me, but so I hadn't really thought about how do I like really talk about games in a way that I want to like both inform but also speak, you know, from the heart on how I feel about this stuff. So it actually it was good to sit down and exercise a different part of my brain that I hadn't really utilized for a bit. So it was fun to make the video, and I don't know, I haven't checked recently, but like last I checked, like 2.2 like thousand. Like I'm surprised it has over like 2,000 views. I'm like, oh shit.
No, that's good. It was so fun to watch.
Proud of that because that account only has like 4,000 subs. So by the way,
that's
sub
amazing.
right here. Sub on the account.
And I have a second channel as well. Mine, I absolutely did just riff, and there were some moments where I was just mumbling, where it's like, yeah, I didn't think I'd like it, but I did. It's good. This is number 7, you know, shit like that. But yeah, your video made me want to try Advance Wars and Viewfinder. Like, it was so good. I loved it so much. But I love that we both picked the same game. Because it's undeniably, you know, the best game of the year. You know, Gollum. Yeah. So for those who don't know, it's Gollum. No.
Well, for me, it's for me, it's Zelda. I feel like even if I played Baldur's Gate, it likely wouldn't be number 1 for me. But Baldur's Gate is a game that sounds really fun. It sounds like a game that I would really that I would enjoy, but it also sounds like a game that really takes a lot of focus, and you kind of have to like just focus on that game if you want to excel at it. That's not how I play games. I jump around a lot between different games. So I mean, again, I'm guessing that's how, based on what I know of CRPGs and Baldur's Gate, it sounds like one that really requires your attention to really get the most out of it.
You're right.
I don't know if I really like. I have a kid now. Like I don't. There's rare times where I can really just sit down and like just play a game for hours at a time. So I'm not sure Baldur's Gate would really, be high on my list because of that. But it does. Yeah. That is the one where people in the comments were mentioning like that isn't on your list, and yeah, I mentioned my or at the end of the video that I didn't play it. But apart from that, I think I played most of last year's big games, and there was a lot that came out last year.
Yeah, there was. Man, when it comes to Baldur's Gate, you're absolutely right. It's not one of those that you can kind of just like jump into. Like, you really do have to focus. And that was part of my problem. Like, I feel like my attention span has gotten shorter as I've gotten older. And
mine too.
I just like, I kind of want to play something and like listen to a podcast. I don't want to be super involved, but like what I was playing, I really enjoyed. The battle system itself, it wasn't necessarily my favorite, but it was still fun. But, there are a lot of options, endless ways to play, fuck around. It's funny at times. So I do, like, I understand the hype, but I have to give it a second chance, I think, because I kind of I started playing Lies of P, and then that was it. I beat it like 4 times, which is the first time I've ever done that. It was so much fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm more like you when it comes to games. I need sort of like more of a focused experience to really get the most out of something. If I'm given, and Baldur's Gate, it seems like the kind of game where it's just endless options, endless ways you can play. To me, that's very overwhelming, in a way that I'm not sure I would really enjoy. I think if I gave it a shot, gave it the time, I'm sure I could. But something like, Yeah, like well, Lies of P is too hard for me. I mean, I got to the third boss and was like, if I had more patience, I would keep going here. Same with Armored Core 6. Hard. Great game, but I got to like, I beat the insane. It's like the first or second. I don't know. There's some big boss that's really hard to beat near the beginning. It took me like hours. I beat him and was like, great. Now hopefully it's easier, and then it gets harder. So it's like I don't have the patience for this. This game is really cool. I love the aesthetic. I love the mechas. I love everything about it. But I just don't have the patience to bang my head against the wall to beat these levels. Like give me an easy mode. Give me a story mode. Every game should have that. Not all of us can play games the same way as someone who has no kids or has no no job. So it's tough.
I don't understand why I like these games, because I'm one of those baby gamers. I play everything on easy mode, but I love these games. I probably would play them on easier mode if they had an easy mode, but there's something about them that I enjoy so much. Part of it is I kind of play on easy in the sense that like I grind for hours and hours just to make sure I'm leveled enough, and I feel like a god going through. But yeah, like I'm playing Lords of the Fallen now, and there was a boss that I just was like, it was the first wall for me in the game, and it took me like probably 5 or 6 hours to beat him. And I was just like, why am I playing this? Like, why? I'm like, I'm probably gonna stop, and then I just keep going. I don't get it.
It depends how much you enjoy it. Like, there are like one of the issues for me is that there are so many games that I have access to, like with Game Pass, with PlayStation Plus. There are so many games in my backlog that I haven't played, that it's like, if I get stuck somewhere, why am I going to keep playing? I'll just play a different game.
Right.
I don't need to keep playing the same level. Like it's just, that's why I think all these games should have, a story mode. Just let me experience the game. Difficulty for me, and getting over the hump, yes, that is its own fun thing. I 100% agree. Like there was definitely, like when I beat that boss in Armored Core, it felt amazing. Of course it did. But at the same time, now I'm not going to play the rest of the game because it's too hard. I'm better off playing the rest of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these people worked on this game for like really hard for so long, and I won't even see what they made because it's too hard for me. So I don't know.
Yeah, what's funny is that in Lies of P, like when it first was released on Game Pass, so many people were bitching on the subreddit and just overall about it being too hard. And then they nerfed some of the bosses, and it did actually make it a lot more easier. But I feel really proud that I beat some of the hardest bosses pre-nerf, and I'm like, damn, I guess I'm getting good, and I didn't even struggle. You should
get like an extra achievement or something for that, like
right,
like an extra trophy for doing that.
It's like that took time to learn the mechanics and whatnot, and just get the confidence to go into these areas with enemies where they're attacking you and shooting shit at you. Like it's masochistic almost, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I beat a couple bosses in Lies of P, and I was proud of myself for doing that. And then I got to...
They're hard, yeah.
Yeah, and then I got to one crazy one. I was like, fuck this. I don't have the patience anymore. The game's beautiful. I love it. I love the aesthetic. Again, I love everything. I wish I could love it more, but I just can't. I don't have the patience. And now the issue with, as well is, like, if you put one of these things down, it's hard to go back to it.
Oh,
like, you have to you almost have to go from the beginning just to relearn the mechanics and relearn the rhythm of playing the game. And it's just like, oh God, I can't put this down and go back because now I've got to start from scratch, and I'm not doing that either.
Yep.
So it's just,
you lose that muscle memory so fucking fast.
Yeah.
It's
Or even like games that have like a deep story, and then you jump on something else and you go back, you're like, what was I doing here? Like, where am I? It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, I have to limit myself to basically 1 or 2 games at a time max, just because I do feel like it's so easy for me to check out, or even if I'm enjoying something, like I'll lose interest in that story if I kind of go on to something else. So I try to like focus if I'm enjoying something. Otherwise, I'm just going to I feel like I'm going to miss out. I don't know. I used to kind of just play whatever, but...
I used to do what you're doing now, and for some reason I stopped. I think it's because I got Game Pass and that effed me up. There's just too much on there that I wanted to try out. But I used to do that, stick to like 1 or 2 games. The other thing now is that there's actually some multiplayer games I'm playing and enjoying, or at least one. The Finals. Have you heard of the Finals?
I've heard of it. Yeah, I've never played it though.
It's former developers of Battlefield, and it's team based. It's like 3v3v3. And the whole point is it's kind of in this like Las Vegas kind of setting. You're like in a game show, but it's a first person shooter. And the idea is you want to get this big box of money and extract it. So you grab the box and you go into this area where you extract it. But because there's full destructibility, a lot of times the little area where you're extracting, you can blow up the floor underneath it. So like the other team can come in, blow the floor underneath this extraction area, and then they can steal it. Like you have to hold triangle and it slowly like steals it, but you can steal it. So then there's always this like game of like, trying to steal the box that's being extracted. And it's this really fun push and pull where even if you lose, like there have been games that have been close, but and I've lost, but it's been super fun because there were these close moments. And there's been other games where I've snuck in at the last second, stolen the box just in time, and won the match, and it feels amazing. So there's always it's also a game it's a game for sure that would be fun with people that you're talking with, but it's a rare FPS team-based game where you can actually have fun playing by yourself. So that's what I've been doing largely, and it's been a great time. So yeah, that's been taking up my time as well. And I don't normally get stuck into too many, multiplayer games, but that's one that's definitely gotten my attention recently. Okay,
nice. I'm curious because we haven't really talked about this. What do you have any like top books or movies for 2023?
Books. I don't look forward to books, so no. Oh, you mean of last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more in audiobooks now. So I began listening to. I haven't finished it, but Naomi Klein's book.
Okay.
Doppelganger. It's how do I explain this book? It's the way she intros it is really interesting. It's initially she starts out discussing how she gets mistaken a lot for Naomi Wolf, who's like some who Naomi Wolf is. I guess she used to be sort of not progressive, but she was critical of Bush, and then she turned basically like she's right wing. But so she uses that as a jumping off point to discuss this, what she calls the mirror world, where there's these weird connections between what people think is real versus what isn't real, and how do we tell what is real and versus what isn't real. It's sort of different for what Naomi Klein writes. And yeah, I was enjoying it. I got to get back to it, but that's one book that I would definitely check out. In terms of movies, I don't know. You tell me yours, and I'll try to remember what I watched.
Oh man, mine is embarrassing, but I'm gonna say my favorite was the Mario movie because that's the one that made me feel like a kid again. I don't have a great or a refined palate when it comes to movies, but like I really liked it. Aside from like at the like tail end of the year, I did see Godzilla -1 in theaters. That was really, really cool. That was like the best Godzilla movie I think I've ever seen. It's basically like a World War II one. Yeah, it's really good. But like I watched a shit ton of movies over winter break, and a lot of them were dog shit. One of them that I watched that was like perplexing to me was called Asteroid City, and it's apparently a really popular movie. Wes Anderson is the director or producer or some shit. This movie is so fucking stupid. Like it was interesting looking because it has a lot of great actors and actresses, like all A-listers, has really great cinematography, but like there's literally no plot. And after the movie, I'm like, okay, let me see what I'm missing here. So I looked up like some of the people who liked it and like, yeah, there's no plot, but it's really cleverly written. I'm like, if there's no fucking plot, then why do we like this? Like, am I going insane? Why is it good? Like, what the fuck is going on? And like, there were some moments in the beginning.
Experimental. It's brilliant.
Yeah, you know what it is? It's one of those like artsy fartsy liberal ass fucking movies. And like the writing in the beginning was like, okay, these are some really interesting characters. Like, I'm really fascinated to see where this is gonna go. And nothing happens. So I'm like, what the what is?
It's a slice of life.
I could write a movie better than that, and I don't know how to write for shit. But yeah, that was offensive to me, honestly. That one stuck out to me because it was so stupid.
I guess the only movie I saw in theaters last year was Oppenheimer, so I guess that's my movie.
Oh
I really enjoyed it, and
that was good.
That was the only 3-hour movie, 3+ hours. It's like 3.5 hours, like 3:45. Yeah, crazy, whatever it was. But it was the only one where I didn't feel like it was 3 hours. Like at the time for me, it was honestly the only, like, I hate long movies. Like 90 minutes should be, I think, like a limit. It should be like
legally they should not.
Legally they should not make movies longer than 90 minutes. But no, I was sitting there. I was in it. Like it was really good.
Yeah.
And yes, I understand. Yes, there's criticism. People have. We get it. Yes, it isn't perfect in terms of some of the way it explains it. We get. Yes, as a movie, I really enjoyed the movie. So, yeah, and that director generally. I mean, I love everything he does.
Yeah, I agree.
I just want to respond to somebody who misheard me or is maybe playing the game with me here. Did he say Naomi Klein is right wing? No, I said Naomi Wolf. And the whole point of what I was discussing is that Naomi Klein gets mistaken for Naomi Wolf. But maybe you're playing 4D chess there, and you were making that joke that I didn't realize you were making a joke. But in case you weren't making a joke, no, Naomi Wolf is who we're talking about.
Oh, somebody brought up the Spider-Man movie last year, Across the Spider. I forgot about that. That's probably one of my favorites. That was really good.
I got something to admit. I haven't seen either one.
Oh, they're actually really good.
I hear it's really good. I actually began to watch the first one, and I, for some reason, something happened. Like I was distracted. Like maybe a baby was crying. Maybe that's what happened.
It happens.
Yeah, it happened. So I never got back to it. But yeah, it looks. Here's the thing with. Here's my comment. Let's get back to my list for a second here. Marvel, Spider-Man. I'm sure it's a great movie. I'm sure I would love the movies. I'm just a little burned out on comic book stuff. And I feel like there are so many talented people in this world that are making fantastic art, but it's with Marvel or it's with like comic book shit. I want I don't know. I want in my game of the year list, I discussed Spider-Man 2. It's a fantastic game. I love Spider-Man 2. Great game. But I also want to see Insomniac do something else. I grew up with Insomniac making Ratchet and Clank, and to be fair, they have a Ratchet and Clank game on PS5. It's great, but Ratchet and Clank, Resistance, they have some other games that are in their history. Disruptor's their first game on PS1, but they have a history of making original IP. I want to see what else they could do that isn't Marvel. And they got Wolverine coming up. The leak came out from Insomniac, and it's all Marvel. It's all Marvel.
Yeah. No, I hadn't thought about that.
Please work on something else.
Yeah, no, your comment was correct. I had not thought about that, but I'm like, oh yeah, that's a great point actually. Like Insomniac is incredible. They shouldn't be stuck to Marvel. I mean, they're making good games still, and I'll play them.
They're making great games, but I want to see those great. And look, it comes down to money, right? Marvel sells, Spider-Man sells, so that's what they're going to make. But it's just, I think they would also have a lot of success making something completely fresh. Even Ratchet and Clank, they were stuck on that for a while. Just even don't do that again. Do something else, something
experiment.
New. And experiment. I love when it comes to a game like Viewfinder, where it's just experimental, out of the blue. You didn't see it coming. It's a first person puzzle game where you take pictures and and you place what you took a picture of in the real world. It's really hard to understand unless you see a video of it. But it's so fresh and unique and different. I love coming across games like that where it's something I did not expect and it's completely out of the blue, and it makes you see something that you never even thought someone would make, and that's the kind of stuff I want to see more of. Unfortunately, a lot of that stuff it's hard to sell. Viewfinder, I'm sure didn't sell all that great. It's small indie game, but I don't know. I want to see more creative things, but that's where we are.
No, that's yeah. You made me want to play it for sure, so I'll have to check those out. Because after I finish Lords of the Fallen, I'll probably be in a bit of a slump with games. But yeah, Advance Wars.
Have you played Alan Wake 2?
Yes. Okay. I thought it was really good. Yeah, I thought it was great. Too. I love the musical segment for some reason.
Oh my god, it's crazy.
Why do I love this? It's the best thing ever. I hate musicals, but I love that.
That was a game where it's okay, these guys, this is a bigger budget title. They took some real risks here. Even though it is a sequel to Alan Wake, it doesn't even need, that property necessarily, except for the fact that it continues the story. But it's such a different game from the original game. It's really good. But
yeah, I did what you did. I just watched a recap video of Alan Wake 1 because I played it and I don't remember anything from it. I don't think I even understand what was going on when I played it the first time. It was still really fun. It's very convoluted.
It is, and then even 2 is you're like, what? Wait, what's going on here?
Yeah, it's
But it explains itself a little better, and even still, it's a game where you kind of want to go back, after you beat it, to kind of look up theories and what people are saying about it, and And like I read a bit about the story after I beat it, and it made me make some connections that I didn't realize when I was playing it. So yeah, like, I enjoy stuff like that where as long as you can still enjoy it and understand enough while you're playing it, then it's good. The movie equivalent of that is like or I should say the movie equivalent that went wrong that is like that is Tenet, which is the one Christopher Nolan film. I'm not sure. Have you seen Tenet?
I seen that. Yeah, it was not great.
No, that was the one Nolan film that I really did not like, and he got way too convoluted with that. Like it was too obtuse. It was ridiculous. Like I went back. So after I finished that movie, I'm like, what the hell? What happened? So it's one that deals with, in case no one in the chat watched it. It deals with like reversing time and this kind of time travel, but there isn't. Like there are scenes that play out, but they're playing out in the movie. They're playing out in reverse, and it's so like that concept alone is confusing. Let alone all the layers on top of it. But I had to go and watch a recap or an explainer video of that.
Same.
And after watching that, I was like, oh, this movie is brilliant. Too bad there is no way anybody would have understood this while watching it. Like it's a movie where you need like you need like an explainer. You need a whole book to explain what you just watched to really enjoy what you just saw, because there's no way anyone could watch that movie the first time and get it. Unlike Inception. Great movie. That's a movie where it is like it can be confusing at times, but that's one where I think most people can grasp most of what was happening while they were watching it. Tenet is just the opposite. It's just all over the place and bizarre.
Well, and to make matters worse, like you couldn't hear what the fuck they were saying because the music was so goddamn loud. And I'm like, am I crazy, or like, do you have to put on subtitles to hear what they're saying? Like, they should be screaming now.
I use subtitles generally now. I think maybe I'm just like an old man, but I usually put subtitles on. Often it's because I'm like washing dishes or something, so I need to. There's going to be or like a baby's going to, or my toddler's going to scream at some point. So I need to at least see what the hell is someone what they're saying if I'm missing the audio. But yeah, that also may be a problem.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just find this generally being an issue where it's just like, especially at night, because I want the TV low.
Right.
Is like the voices are like, hi, what's going on? And then the music like, brrr.
Yeah, blown the fuck away.
The sound, or like the explosions, like, oh my God. So
you have to sit with your remote right there so you don't get blown away. Like, it's so frustrating.
I think some TVs or I guess Blu-ray players, if you use those, I think some of them have like a nighttime mode that kind of tries to normalize all the audio.
Oh.
But
I don't know if mine has that. It needs it.
I haven't used that.
Especially with like older. I forgot what I was. Oh, I think I was watching Die Hard because I never saw that, so I watched it over the holidays.
Great movie.
I'm pretty sure that one was one where the sound was completely fucked up, where you had to have it really loud to hear them. But then the music started, and then it just blew you away. I'm like, oh my God, this is insufferable. Good movie, but Jesus Christ, like I'm having to babysit the fucking remote.
Yeah, you have to have your hand on it the entire time.
Yeah. I did read some books in 2023 that I would recommend to folks.
Sure.
So I already recommended this before, but it's Rashid Khalidi's History of Palestine book. That's not the actual name, but if you search for it, it's like the top one that'll come up. Really, really good, super thorough. In terms of nonfiction, so my favorite book of the year was probably, and I don't think it came out last year, but it's like new. It's Quantum Lens by Douglas E. Richards. It's basically like a mature superhero book where it's not about superheroes. It's more about science, where they like discover like how to use 0-point energies so people who can harness it are able to fly and shit. And it's like very political and like what are the ramifications. That one was really, really good. I also read what is it called? It's a 7-book series, and each book has a different name. So it's like The Edge of Collapse. I think that's book 1. And that's really good also. It's basically like a post-apocalyptic book about an EMP that hits the U.S. and we lose power. Let me see who's the author, too. I forgot. I think it's Kayla something, Edge of Collapse.
Stone?
Kyla Stone, yeah. Really, really interesting. Really good characters, super suspenseful. And it's something that, like, you think, man, what would happen, if we were in this apocalyptic scenario, and shit hits the fan very fast. And she does a great job at like describing how quickly shit would deteriorate and people's greed would take over. It's really, really good. But yeah, those are my top books of the year. Not worth making a list because like if you have 7 books in the same fucking category, that's kind of like, okay, I guess 1 through 7, you know what I mean? But
here's 1 through 7.
Yeah, those are kind of my my books for the year.
Of post-apocalyptic, did you watch the new movie on Netflix has Julia Roberts and oh my god, I gotta look.
What is it called? I did watch it. I don't know what it's called though. It's something End Behind, Leave the World Behind. Is that what it's called?
I'm looking up her name so I'll see her IMDb. Something like that. Yeah, Leave the World Behind. You're right.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I did watch that. What did you think? I'm curious.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was like a solid 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It didn't blow me away, but it kept me going. Like I was sticking with it. There's a lot of quick. It felt quick. Like the scenes were quick. Like, it didn't really stay in the same place too long, which I enjoyed. And I didn't really know what the hell was like. I like that there was enough mystery there, while at the same time it was still grounded. It wasn't like Aliens, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't completely crazy. So I thought it was pretty good. What are your thoughts?
I agree with you. I think it was probably 7, maybe 6.5. The one thing that irritated me was that they didn't be more explicit because they alluded to what happened, but they just didn't tell us. And I think it was because they were trying to avoid the politics of it. And I felt like that was kind of a bitch move. I felt like just tell us
I think it was more just this is what a lot of movies do. Like they just kind of I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but by the end you kind of know where things are kind of going. So they kind of just leave it up to your imagination to kind of fill in the rest.
But that ending was so fucking stupid. You have to agree, right? That I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but when the credits rolled, I'm like, what the fuck?
I didn't mind the ending. I was just surprised that they didn't do more. That there wasn't an extra 20 minutes onto it. But
hey,
hello,
Bender.
Yeah. We're talking about movies and video games and books, and we have low views because everybody's just tuning out. They're like, fuck this shit.
Well, don't worry, everyone. I'm here. Get ready for the views to go back up sky high. We're going to 1,000 more viewers right now.
I think we're doing pretty good. Super chats rolling in because people actually care what we're talking about.
Yeah. How are you feeling, though, Matt?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling much better than I did that week before Christmas and the days after it. It's good to be.
Yeah, you look much better than you did then. That's for sure.
Did you do the whole bit where I left the show when I wasn't on?
Of course.
Yeah, we kicked you all off. You all got whacked. You were in the East River.
Yeah. Well, I unfortunately do have some news. This will be my last show.
I know where you're going with it.
Until January 18th.
Oh, you almost got me there.
Because next week I won't be on the show because I'll be at CES in Vegas.
Which is so cool.
Sick.
But I'll be able to bring back the following week some interesting topics based on what I see there. And I'm sure I'll be able to bring lots of horribly ridiculous tech to shit on with you guys.
I'm stoked. I always
bring
look
some
forward
good
to
tech.
that.
I want to hear what's good that it doesn't suck, that may be beneficial.
Yeah, but that's not as much fun.
No, I guess not.
You get to try probably the Apple thing, the virtual I don't know what it's called, the virtual reality.
Try that. Yeah, the VR
set.
Apple's
not gonna bring that there. No way.
No?
No.
What about the Cybertruck? You can get to drive the Cybertruck.
I probably will be able to get in the Hyperloop
Sit in
there.
One.
Oh, okay.
There's a Hyperloop there? I thought they killed that thing.
That stupid underground tunnel? No, the Hyperloop 1, the company, went under. Tesla's boring tunnel or whatever it's called.
Oh, the boring company.
Yeah. I guess it's not called the Hyperloop in Vegas. Theirs is just called the Vegas Loop or something. Loop. Too much.
That's where you drive cars in a tunnel.
No,
with LED lights though.
It's like the car. Someone's driving the car or something, or the car is self-driving. I forgot what it is, but it's just basically like a train made out of Tesla cars though. that just goes from station A to station B and then station B to station A. That's it. It's just like a one-way.
So it's like when you put your car in neutral and you go through the car wash, but
yes,
longer.
No, that is exactly what it is. Yes,
it's a very long car wash, and your car doesn't come out clean.
Brilliant.
Now imagine if the New York City subway system was just all car washes. That's what they envision this is going to be.
Well, it wouldn't smell like piss at least, so
yeah,
be a little cleaner.
You could always pee in the Tesla. You never.
That's right.
Oh yeah. So Matt, we were talking about movies and games and stuff. Like, what's your favorite movie of 2023 if you have one?
Oh, I don't even know. Jeez, that's a rough one. I don't think I can share that. I don't even know what I've seen in 20.
I think I know what your favorite movie is. What? Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse.
That was a good movie. No, that was a good movie. Yes, I'll put that up there. Absolutely, that was really good. I enjoyed that. What came out in 2023? I don't even know. Best movie.
Yeah, I was having a hard time.
Yeah,
Oppenheimer came out.
I posted Twitter reviews of all the movies I watched. It's really good. That movie, even though you know what's going to happen, it still gave me anxiety. It's very, very good.
It's well told.
Yeah. Let me see what came out in 2023.
Also, the problem is figuring out like what movies I saw, like which ones fit the bill of coming out in 2023. Because I saw plenty of movies from the previous years on streaming.
Oh, Barbie! How am I forgetting Barbie? That was pretty good.
I didn't see Barbie either.
I haven't seen
Barbie.
Barbie.
I feel super extra gay for being the only one who saw Barbie. It was good though.
I keep meaning, like, there are always movies I put up, like, oh, I'll check this out. They go on the list, and I just never watch them.
Yeah, I have a whole file in my phone of just like movies that I want to watch so I don't forget. Because I'm always looking for shit to watch, but then I forget. I did watch, I watched more movies than what I reviewed on Twitter. I also watched They Cloned Tyrone, which is fucking incredible.
That was a good movie. That
was so good, yeah.
Good.
What's it called?
They Cloned Tyrone. It's on Netflix. It is amazing. Okay. Jamie Foxx's character is just amazing. Like, the whole movie is really good. I won't tell you anything about it because I went into it not really knowing, just expecting cloning, and it was so good. Yeah, it was so good. I also watched The Killers with Michael Fassbender, or The Killer, not The Killers, plural, but it was pretty good.
I feel like I'm more of like a TV guy just generally. Like, even though last year I can't even think of much I watched, but I know True Detective season 4. I hear it's really good. Jodie Foster's in it.
Okay.
You and I did like, even though I've seen people that weren't such big fans, it was that new Netflix movie, Leave the World Behind. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
Yeah, that was not bad.
I enjoyed it. So
I'm on this article from Men's Health. It's the 45 best movies of 2023. I don't know why Men's Health is the first thing that came up, but they literally included Asteroid City in here. Like, am I fucking being pranked? Let me see what they read about it. As a big Wes Anderson fan, and I don't know, like, I've never seen his shit, so...
Mike, is your microphone giving some sort of weird feedback?
I don't know.
I hear this, like, buzz when you're talking.
Yeah, when you talk, there's a bit there. Sometimes
you hear it too?
Let me see.
But you have a noise gate on, so it turns off when you're not talking.
Let me try... I'll do automatically adjust mic volume, see if that makes a difference. Hopefully that...
It just goes lower.
While you do that, I just want to point out that when I jumped on this episode... we were at a total across the channels of around 800 viewers. Since I've been on, nearly 200 more people have logged in to watch this show. So just want to,
do you want to do the division on that? Because it sounds like a lot more people came from me and Mike.
Well, there was already the 200 people on my channel before I even got on.
Oh,
and now there's 324 people on my channel.
It's just because they're all late to the party. That's all.
And if you look at the break,
they didn't realize.
If you look at now we hit 1,000 viewers across the channels. If you look at the breakdown of the channels,
what the hell? What's going on here?
If you look, it's the Matt Binder effect. If you look at the breakdown of the channels,
did you tweet about it? Maybe that's why.
I did not. No, it's just people just. It's just a natural. The quality of the episode just naturally is.
People just somehow knew you all of a sudden appeared on the show, and then they joined.
I actually have not posted. I've barely posted on Twitter since my kids have been off because I was like, you know what? I'm just going to take like a social media break. I'm not saying I stayed away. I logged in every now and then just to see what's going on. I liked a few tweets, but nothing crazy. I've barely been on. I got to end that, obviously, because, that's where
because your mental health is getting too good, so you got to bring it back down.
Too good, right? I'm too good. Also, I need to promote myself to make money. But it's been a nice couple of nice 2 weeks to barely be on social media. Absolutely.
Now that you say that, I did notice, or I did now realize that I have not seen you on there for a bit.
It's the Mike
Twitter
and David
generally though. It's just like
anymore.
It's past 6 p.m.
Yellow butterflies. It's the Mike and David aren't talking about games anymore, and it's past 6 p.m. effect. Well, it's past 9 over here.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish it was just past 6 p.m. Shit.
Yeah. Now you acknowledged it, and the views are dropping. We're under 1,000 again.
Oh no, Bender froze. Is the freezing still a thing? Now he's back.
There we go.
He froze for a second there. For like 5 seconds.
That's weird. Well, what I said was, if I was on the West Coast, I couldn't do this show because my kids would still be awake for the next 2.5 hours, and that would not be.
Actually, you're right. You're right. I couldn't do it either. So it's probably. I mean, I could probably start at 8, but it's not harder for you, I'm sure. But yeah, as my kid gets older, he's going.
But the East Coast audience would have to log in to watch us at midnight, and that's asking too much. That's asking too much.
No.
Yeah, that's a bit late. Am I still buzzing? Because I turned on echo cancellation, and I don't know if
it sounds better.
Okay.
It sounds better for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't hear it anymore.
Yeah, I don't hear it.
Okay, that did the trick then.
I gotta say, I was so happy when David said he heard it too, because I was like, I guess I need to buy new AirPods. It's something's wrong with my headphones.
That your earphones apparently just hate Mike.
Yeah,
just
right.
When he's talking, it's buzzing.
You never know when something goes wrong or why something goes wrong, but you just fuck with the settings and hope that everything is copacetic. So it's weird.
Today I was trying to get my I have this really old capture, not a capture card, but a capture device for RCA plugins and component input, and I don't think it's been supported for 10 years. But it's the only thing I have that I can get my PS2 and my GameCube to go on my computer, and it was. It was not working, and I was banging my head against the wall, and then it was one setting I had to change in the software, and it worked. I was like, "Holy shit, yes!" It's a great feeling. For some reason, I'm like one of those weird people that actually I enjoy trying to fix tech that isn't working. I hate that I hate when it's not working, but I enjoy the process of elimination and being like, "Hey, it's not this. All right, let's check this out." Maybe I should be I don't know, a mechanic or something.
You should, because when that happens to me, I immediately just start panicking and getting flustered and frustrated. I hate it so much.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a deadline or you got to be online, it's different. But
it's always when I'm trying to film something where I'll turn on the camera and I don't know how to operate it. I just know I press 2 different buttons and I'm there. And then if something is fucked up, or there's something on the screen, or it's the camera is tilted one way, I'm like, oh god, let me move it. So I move it back, and then I gotta move it back the other way. I'm like, now it's all fucked up. And I sit down and I look at the little viewfinder. I'm like, okay, everything is off, the colors off. It's just it always cascades for me. So I hate it. I get really flustered easily.
Yeah. I see people in the chat saying how they love doing tech support and fixing tech issues. And I mean I could see the fun in that if you're not just about to do a show where hundreds of people are ready to log in and watch.
I mean, if that happens, I hate it. But if there's no deadline, then it's no.
Right. Yeah. If something's if I'm playing video games and something's wrong with the console or something, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, I'll just figure it out. But if I'm just about to go live, which is of course when the tech problems always happen, you're just about to go live and one of the lights aren't going on, or the camera connection's not going through, or your mic won't pick up your computer won't pick up the right mic or whatever, then it's really annoying. It's really annoying.
Yeah, because there's pressure. You have time, you have a certain amount of time to fix it, and then it just adds to it. Although I will say that with video game stuff, I do get flustered. Not really flustered, but frustrated with that really quickly. My TV that I play video games on, so every once in a while the power cable in the back, I don't know if it gets loose, but you have it the whole screen will be really dark. So I have to unplug the power cable from the back, plug it back in, and then the TV doesn't want to turn on after I do that, but that's the only way to fix it. And I'll it'll be a long day. I'll sit down and just want to play some fucking games, and then that happens and I gotta get up and unplug the TV.
Ruin the whole mood.
Yeah, it's like, no, I don't even want to play. I've been fucking with this for 20 minutes. Off, on. It's still not working. I guess I'm done. Like,
right.
I just saw this comment. My first time watching the Leftist Mafia. Did they just talk about video games and Marvel the whole time? Any politics?
No, this is the show. This is
the show. Yeah, we just get on.
You might. I'm sorry if the name of the show strayed you wrong, but this is actually just a show where people who are left-handed talk about movies and video games. This is not a political show at all.
Yes, this is about this is why we've killed off all the right-handed hosts that we've had. It's only the left-handed ones left.
Right. This is the modern day version of Ned Flanders' store. It's
That's actually a really good idea for a podcast. I'm not gonna lie. At least for the basis for a podcast.
Yeah. So fun story.
Oh yeah, you have a lot. You gotta read it. It's not like Mike doesn't have extra TVs hanging around. Says rapper, actor.
That's really funny.
You want to know what's funny is that this whole situation is just like, I'm gonna destroy all these fucking TVs. So they're all Samsung, and they the remote for each of them will change the other one. So these little TVs right here, they're set to play these for 4 hours, and so every 4 hours that they're on, you have to restart them. But when you restart these ones, this one, for whatever reason, it got updated into a smart TV. So now it's smarter, not dumber. It cuts to some holiday Christmas channel. It doesn't matter what time of year it is. And then when you change it back to HDMI, which is what is like just my computer screen, then it goes black. So then you have to change that back. And if you use the remote, then these ones will turn. It's such a clusterfuck. Why do I have this as like a background? Like, I'm just too lazy to change it, but it's so ridiculous. God.
The energy consumption on that must be insane. They just run all the screens around Mike.
Oh wait, you mean they're on when you say 4 hours a day, even if you're not shooting anything?
He goes to bed, leaves them on.
No. So what I'll do is like I'll set it up. I'll shoot a video, and if I'm doing like a second video, or if I'm doing Leftist Mafia, I'll just leave it on to come back later. Right. So like I don't leave them on. Just
well, you don't have to leave it on for Leftist Mafia. I mean, as you can tell from David and my background, we put very little thought into our background for Leftist Mafia.
Hey, I put thought into this shelf here. I got a couple controllers and some games. Those are my 3DS games right there.
I do like that. Yeah.
Can't you read the titles on them?
Yeah. If these go out, then it feels weird to me. Like it's the whole ambiance is thrown off if it's not on.
Yeah.
So I have to.
Have it would probably help you not being blown out, or maybe it would make it worse because then.
Yeah, I think I just have to turn down the lights a little bit. I don't have like a setting. I just kind of like crank the knob, and sometimes it's too little, too much.
I feel bad now
your set
because
is pro, though.
I feel bad with my joke about the Leftist Mafia now because people in the chat who are left-handed feel like they found their brethren. And they're like, oh, I'm left-handed too. I didn't know they were left-handed. I'm not. It was a joke.
I'm not left-handed either.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
I've been living a lie for 55 episodes.
What is it called?
It's too dark.
What is it called when you could use both hands? Ambidextrous, right? I'm like the opposite of that. Like you could chop off my left hand and I would be fine. Like
Wait, you can't use either hand? Isn't that the opposite of ambidextrous? Is you can't use either hand?
Oh, I guess that would be. Yeah, I use my feet. I'm actually typing with my toes when I'm on this.
You're one of those feet people where you drive with your feet, you write with your feet.
Now I'm gonna get the most weird fetishized messages.
I think we need to explain.
By the way, you could. This was a great segue to promote my brand new social media channel at feetfinder.com. Feetfinder.com/Matt Binder. Subscribe to.
Do you have a wiki feet, Matt? Do you have a wiki feet entry?
I'm afraid to see where that goes.
Oh no, I think that's a site. I think that's a pay for feet site. That's why I said it. It's something like that. Feet Finder or something like that.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a website where you could sell feet pics. It's like OnlyFans, but for feet only.
I got a reader.
Really?
Oh no, I typed in feet.
Yeah.
I typed in feetfinger.com.
Oh shit. That's going to be something completely different.
No, that's actually, it's surprisingly nothing. Let's see if you're right.
Oh, you guys have never heard of
Feet
Finder?
correct.
I think.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
How did you hear about this, Matt? I'm curious.
Oh, how did he hear? He's on there.
I'm subscribed to like 20 people on there. I pay a lot of money for feet.
Oh my God.
I know about it because
oh my God.
I'm a tech reporter. And there was like a scandal, I guess. Not really a scandal, but there was something going around about how people always see these ads for Feet Finder, like influencers promoting their Feet Finder on like Instagram and TikTok. And like these are just like fake influencers. Like these were just like Feet Finder ads pretending that people were like selling, like to promote their website. They had like fake influencers set up pretending to like naturally sell their pics on Feet Finder and talk about all the money they make on it. It was like, so models would see those ads and be like, oh, I could be making money instead of doing OnlyFans, doing Feet Finder, to get them to sign up. Like it wasn't even ads directed at like the consumer to buy the feet pics. It was ads set up to convince potential models to sign up for the site by pretending that they can make tons of money. I mean, I'm sure some people make tons of money on there, but not as many as the social media channels want you to know.
I just got to mention, one of the categories on here is socks. Some people, they like feet, but not too much. You got to have the socks on.
They like to be teased a little bit.
I honestly don't
showing too much. I mean, there is the imagination.
There are like fully being like on porn websites, fully clothed is like a thing. Like people watching fully clothed porn. So I'm assuming
do they know that's just like Google search? Why do you have to?
No, I mean it's people having sex but wearing their clothes.
Like I don't know if unzipped. I've never heard this. Yes, I did not know this.
Yes. Oh, you need to. If you're on the internet, you should know this stuff. I personally do not have any of these fetishes.
Later.
I honestly find feet to be very gross.
Hey, we're not kink shaming, Matt. It's okay.
I think feet are the weird. No, I'm not even. I mean, if that's your thing, that's your thing. But for me personally, feet are like the most bizarre body part. They don't look human at all. They look like some alien life form.
Especially mine. My feet are fucked up. I could never make it as a foot porn star.
I got some nice feet.
You got like most people, like hands look like hands. Like the fingers are the equal lengths on everybody pretty much. Like yes, if you have bigger hands, but like the proportions are the same. But then with feet, you got some people got one toe bigger than another toe, and it's just so bizarre. Feet are weird.
Yeah. Maybe that's why it's just like it's a lot of, you don't really know what it's going to look like. Like hands, again, like you said, you know what you're going to to
like there'll be rougher hands.
The curiosity.
Yeah.
With feet, it's the curiosity. It's like, oh, what do their feet look like?
I love how we started talking about like video games and movies, and we've gotten into porn recommendations that you should look up.
I mean, personally, I say, I don't need a left hand. I don't need my feet because they're gross. I'm just gonna be rolling around on stubs and my right hand to type. That's all I need.
Should we talk about politics? Does anything happen?
I feel like we should talk about something.
I like that we're experimenting here. This could be a new turn for us. This could be a new avenue if it works. I mean, I see the super chats rolling.
I know. This is the most active I've seen super chats in a long time.
You're not talking about this. Talk about this, but we're just talking about other stuff.
People are really excited about the feet.
I mean, I gotta be honest. If if talking about feet are rolling in this kind of money, then maybe I'll give you guys a little look. You got some pantsed knee there.
Matt will have like a foot picture with half the socks slid down.
Go to my Feet Finder for the whole naked foot.
Well, I mean,
I'll have some toe cleavage.
I'll do the sock category. The sock category I could definitely do. That's easy. It's not much you really got to show with the socks, unless your socks are dirty or there's holes in them, in which case maybe don't.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of weirded out by feet. I won't kink shame, but I am weirded out.
And feet get smelly. Like your hands don't get smelly in the same way your feet do. Like no one's like, oh, I spent the whole day writing. Now my hands smell. No, it never happens. That doesn't happen. But you spend the day walking, your feet stink. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but body odor sometimes is what attracts people. So
that's true.
Maybe that's what they're into.
Oh. I'm no kink shaming though. I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
Just like show your feet. I read that as like someone like sticking a gun in my head. Show your feet.
You got to pay money for that bad boy. You got to pay money for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Patreon $20 tier. $20 a month for that. And I'll consider it.
Dave just sells himself for $20 a month. All right, if you're that low rent
with socks on, with socks on. I'm tasteful.
The teaser is $20 makes sense. Okay.
I'll go full naked feet for $20 a month. Fuck.
Oh, naked feet.
The sock strip
what it's called?
You're not gonna be happy. I mean, I don't know what the criteria is of what makes a foot attractive, but mine are fucked up. You're not gonna want to see that gnarly shit. But if people pay, I'll shout.
I'm a bit higher class. I would charge for a foot burlesque performance only. No.
You're free to like performing on a stage.
That's
all right, let's get to some news. You're right, but I think this has been a very fun episode. Yeah, this is the first episode of the year. A little bit more laid back. It's gonna be a really tough year, everyone. So enjoy the good times right now before.
This is probably the only week we could actually enjoy ourselves because there's not much. I mean, there's news, but there isn't like a lot of things happening yet.
Right. I'll be right back.
But it's gonna get bad. Oh, he's leaving. He's like, Mike's like, they're gonna
we're
start talking
news?
about real news.
Shit, I'm out. Yeah.
It's enough for me. I don't even know. What did you follow on your?
Do you want to play this?
Break, if you had a break,
let me find it. I mean, honestly, one of the good things about the Christmas break is that yes, news still happens because life goes on. But in terms of like big stories that are like just natural, aside from the ones that like naturally occur, like some sort of uncontrollable tragedy, like even like other like the news outlets and such, they hold back on like breaking anything that can wait. So like there really wasn't that much big news in that week. But now we're in the first week where most people are back from vacations. And, obviously this these Epstein documents are a big deal. And from what I've seen, nothing has been like too like revelatory.
Yeah,
like,
I've been surprised by the lack of new things coming out of that.
And I think
more.
I think the thing people needed to think about, but I guess everyone was just so excited by it, was like this was all like depositions and stuff that has gone through the legal system already. And if there was anything like so revealing or like what's the word I'm looking for? When the accusations come out, I'm having a real mental block now. I was at my kids' basketball practice just 20 minutes ago. But if there was anything that implicated, if there was anything that implicated anyone, we would have seen like directly implicated, like by legal, like by the law, like directly implicating them in some sort of crime. Then we would have known about it because there would have been a case that would have been made. So this is all just details about like extra details, like more detailed sort of experiences from some of the victims and those who were interviewed for the depositions. Just more details from them from about people we already knew were associated with Epstein in some way. Now, it's important to not get conspiratorial here because the Epstein stuff is like a conspiracy theorists' Disney World. They love it, and they think every name that comes up means they were on Epstein Island, raping underage girls. But that's the thing. Like this is just like in some of the stuff, Epstein is just rattling off to the people who were interviewed for the deposition, just rattling off like names, like to try to like show that he's a big shot. Like he doesn't say that these people are doing anything. He's just like, oh, I know Cameron Diaz, Leonardo DiCaprio, Vera Wang. He's just throwing names out there. Is it possible? Sure, but based on that they had more to do with Epstein, sure. But based on what we see, not really. I mean, some people, it's not even clear that if they've ever met him, because he's a criminal. He's a sex trafficker, which means he'll lie. He'll lie about who he knows. Now, obviously, there are people who we do know had associations with him, like Bill Clinton, like Donald Trump, like Prince Andrew, and
Noam Chomsky,
who's admitted that.
That's the saddest.
I will say the Noam Chomsky thing is extra funny because his way of getting out of any implications that the Epstein Association would have was him basically saying, I only used Epstein to hang out with Woody Allen, excuse you.
I know, it's so bad.
Which is pretty incredible. God. And like his exact phrase was like, I didn't know you need to know when I hang out with a great artist, talking about Woody Allen. Very weird.
So bad. Yeah.
Very weird. Yeah. But
the Stephen Hawking one was the only one that really I didn't. Was that out already about Stephen Hawking? That
yes, people knew about Stephen Hawking.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
There is this weird text or email from Epstein to Virginia Guff. I'm not sure how to say her last name. One of the most visible of the victims. She's really been out there to. She was one of the ones who like testified and has been out there openly, letting people know what she went through. She apparently, or someone received an email from Epstein saying when she was gonna, back in 2015 or something, where he was worried she was gonna come out or something, and accuse him of things, and he was looking for friends of hers who'd be willing to like say something to defend him or whatever, or something of that nature. But in that email, he brings up Stephen Hawking's orgy or something like that. Very weird. I don't know what to make of it. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Honestly.
Yeah, that one I was like, I didn't know about this. This is really weird and gross. But
what about the Alan Dershowitz thing? Because I don't know what to believe online. I don't want to look through the files myself. But he said he got a massage. Wasn't there something about him having sex with an underage girl?
Oh, Matt froze the worst.
Uh-oh.
It'll be 5 seconds. You're frozen.
Frozen? Can you hear me?
There we go.
You're back now.
Okay, I don't know what happened there. Okay.
It's always 5 seconds and you're back.
I don't know why that happens. I can see that because the problem is I'm on Wi-Fi. I really need to get a wired connection here, but I'm so far from where the what was I saying? Oh yeah. Okay. So Prince Andrew and Alan Dershowitz are, it's possible more, but those are the two I've seen, where the people who were interviewed who were deposed specifically say that they were asked numerous times to have sex with them. So I mean, I again, it's alleged, I guess, until we I guess, but personally, I think those two are pretty clearly, and they were two who had it was more than just like hanging out with Epstein at like public functions. Right. They were guests at his home even when he wasn't there, but of course the girls were there. Very hard for them to argue that it was just like, like some people come out and argue that they didn't know, which I can say you can argue you didn't know. I'm not saying it means you didn't know, but you could argue you didn't know if your associations with Epstein ended prior to him going to jail in Florida for the sex crimes he went to jail for, which were much lower than the ones that he was later implicated on. But once he's in jail in Florida for trafficking, then and he comes out, and then you have people associating with him still, knowing he's a sex offender. I mean, then you really can't argue. You can't even feign ignorance. You knew. You knew at the very least what this guy was capable of, if not outright taking part in it. Or if not taking part in it, looking the other way so you can get money out of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all very gross and creepy. Yeah. And I feel like somebody put up a really good tweet that said, like, for the unity of the country, jail Bill Clinton and Donald Trump in the same cell over the Epstein stuff, and that would bring the country together. And I agree.
I wanted you guys to play this video. Have you seen this? The Alan Dershowitz defense.
Oh my God.
Where he brings up Hamas.
Yeah, it's so good.
Have you seen it, David?
No, I didn't.
I only read
Pull
the
this up.
transcript. I didn't
Let's
see
watch
the actual video.
Let's watch this video because it is amazing. We watched it on the Majority Report earlier today. It was, really, what I don't even know how to. I'm at a loss for words. I'm honestly at a loss for words. Let's play this clip.
Now, the one point I do want to make is that I understand all the feminist groups and the radicals who think this is the worst thing in the world, that anybody ever had any contact with Jeffrey Epstein. Where are all those radical feminists when it comes to the Hamas rapes of young Jewish girls, sexual abuse, beheadings? They are quiet. They are silent. The incredible hypocrisy of the Me Too movement. Me Too, except if you're a Jew. And I want to have a list of all the radical feminists who are pushing hard, and I understand that, to get all these names revealed. And I want to know how many of them have ever actually condemned Hamas for the rapes that we now know occurred and the murders that occurred. How many have been silent, and how many, like the National Lawyers Guild, have actually approved of what Hamas did? So let's put this in context. I'm thrilled that all these papers have come out. I urged them. I went to court. I asked for everything to come out because I knew that I had done nothing wrong and the papers would exculpate me. What I only worry about is that maybe the judges withheld certain documents. I want to make sure every single document comes out, including the documents that cast doubt on the credibility of some of the accusers and some of the accused. The public has the right to see everything and make their own judgment. We do not put the country in guilt by accusation, but guilt by association.
He might as well tattoo "I'm guilty" on his forehead.
Right.
when that's what you like, that's your defense. It's like, look over there. It's just like,
listen,
unbelievable.
You're
unbelievable.
You're either with the members of the Jeffrey Epstein Island guest list, or you're with the terrorists. It's that simple.
I love that
I want to see all the documents, including the ones that sow doubt with the people accusing me. It's like, get the fuck out of here. Oh my God. Unbelievable.
He is reportedly supposed to be Netanyahu's choice to defend them in the ICJ against genocide claims, right?
I'll be honest, it tracks, because that argument is really on par with a lot of the like super pro-Zionist influencer propagandist arguments I've seen on social media for the past 2 months. Like, it's the same sort of like frame of thought. It's stunning. It's so stunning that he went there and argued that. I will say this: the allegations against the various people who have been involved with Jeffrey Epstein is honestly more solid than anything that has been argued against Hamas, to be in terms of the sexual assaults, because with the Jeffrey Epstein victims, they've come out and gone on record and said that this is what happened to me. Whereas when it comes to the allegations against Hamas, and I'm not saying that they did not, because, in these sort of in wartime, there's always some sort of sexual assault in wartime situations. I'm not saying it hasn't happened, but there has not been one victim who's come forward and said that it happened to them. I mean, it's possible, obviously, that the people who were involved could have been killed, but not one living victim of October 7th or any of the hostages have come and said that they were assaulted sexually, because they weren't.
Yeah.
I think that this is probably like not the best thing to say, not the best taste to say, but I think that the world would be a better place if Alan Dershowitz Epsteined himself. I just feel like he's such a disgusting, loathsome person, and he only like pops up in the news when he has some dumb or psychotic shit to say. Like the last time he was in the news, well, not the last time, but like one of the big things was back in 2017, he was throwing a fucking tantrum because Keith Ellison was trying to be the DNC chair. And he said, I'd leave the Democratic Party if Keith Ellison became the DNC. Just like, I'm just so sick of him. The fact that Fox News invites him on all the time is so frustrating. And yeah.
And telling as well.
And very telling. Yeah, like, God, this disgusting fool. Like, fuck off, Alan Dershowitz.
Who wants him in their party? Like, get the fuck out. Like,
right?
The idea that, Alan Dershowitz, he said he would leave the Democratic Party if Keith Ellison becomes the chair.
Yeah.
Got to change course. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, like, I'm so sick of Alan fucking Dershowitz. Like, goddamn. Like...
It's and this is Trump's lawyer too, if you remember. I mean, not only does Israel want him, but this was the guy Trump entrusted his impeachment with.
Yeah. I just saw this, and is this real?
I think I think it is from what I've seen. I mean,
what the fuck is this?
Listen, we got.
I love how Glenn Greenwald is on the right.
At this point, he's just accepted it. This is like, all right.
Yeah. Well, because it's not a surprise. Glenn Greenwald's position has been that like January 6th was nothing for a while. Like that's not surprising.
Yeah. But like, this is who they got.
Yeah, that's pretty bad showing on the left there.
Like, come on.
It's a pretty bad showing on the left there. Both Krasenstein, all right, let's say Destiny, one Krasenstein and someone, more reputable than both of them. Then I would have been like, weak. But when you got to get both Krasensteins, because you got
this. For the longest time, I'm like, these aren't even real people, right? Like they're just computer generated. Like they're not. Like I'm just like, I guess they're actually real because they can be there in the flesh.
Well, apparently, not only are they real, but there's like two of them. They're like
there is two of them. It's not just the same person playing two people. Apparently, there's two of them.
It's the job squad on the left there.
One of them follows me. I don't know which one does, but I absolutely despise
maybe he watches
both
the
of them.
podcast.
Maybe he'll probably unfollow if he does, because I despise these motherfuckers. Weren't they the ones that wrote that weird children's book about Mueller, like a muscular Mueller? Like yes. I think Chapo was making fun of it, and it was so funny. Like these people are such annoying grifters.
I don't even know. Like Bender, maybe you have some insight on this. Where do these people come from? Like there are some people who I would not have ever heard of if it weren't for like weird Twitter shit.
Krasenstein was I forget. I think one of the Krasenstein brothers. The reason their follower count was so big. One of them or both, I don't remember, but at least one of them started their Twitter account as like a Justin Bieber fan account back when Justin Bieber was like the biggest thing online. Like when Twitter was all about Justin Bieber. Just like how people might not know this, Jack Posobiec started his account as a Game of Thrones podcast account.
Seriously?
These guys were not political actors back when they grew their fan bases. Yeah.
Wow,
These were not they were not political actors back when they got all their followers. And so the Krasensteins became during the resistance era became political talkers on Twitter. They were suspended permanently by the old Twitter regime for what's the I forgot what the exact I forgot what it was exactly called under their policy. Inauthentic engagement or something like that. Basically, the accusation was that they were boosting their shit and probably their follower count too with bots. And it was obvious enough that Twitter suspended them for it. They claimed that wasn't true. They didn't do it, but I mean,
of course they did.
Yeah, they did.
Their shit has always been garbage.
For Twitter to suspend you for something like that and not like, content wise, like, you being a white supremacist or something, saying something fucked up, like back in the pre-Musk regime. But for Twitter to suspend you outright for inauthentic activity, you got to be really like pumping up your shit big time. Like you have to be overtly doing it to the point where they're like, this is unbelievable. We got to take action here. They also, during that time they were suspended, became NFT guys, pushing NFTs and stuff.
Of course.
They're just such transparent grifters. And now you could see that they're very transparently engagement farming, where they'll talk about some news story and be like, well, it kind of seems like this is it, but what do you all think? And they take like the centristy like position. It's just it's so banal. It's so grifty. I cannot stand them.
Oh, I knew there was something more.
fake.
I'm sorry. There's something more to them too. Before all this, I should say, in the early 2000s, they were running investing forums like Talk Gold and Money Maker Group. They were pushing high yield investment programs, which are usually like Ponzi's. And the DOJ raided their homes in 2017. And they had to, there was a civil asset forfeiture complaint. The DOJ accused the Krasensteins of obtaining property that was considered to be traceable to proceeds of wire fraud. They were never arrested or charged with a crime. The federal investigators later explained that the Krasensteins' websites allowed for the publication of ads for companies that were scams, and that a criminal organization from Russia was allegedly behind the ads, which is just chef's kiss when you know what these guys were talking about with Trump's connections to Russia, right? That was their whole bread and butter in the political world, right?
That's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. The DOJ investigated whether the brothers were actively involved in what the department described as Ponzi schemes. Yeah, like I said before. The Krasensteins settled their case with the federal government. They consented to asset forfeiture of about $450,000 from the sale of a rental property. I mean, you don't really give away that much if you're not trying to let something, get brushed under the rug and not, you would fight for it if you weren't good, if there wasn't something there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. And now they're all.
I mean,
like,
$450,000 is a lot of fucking money to me. I don't know if it's a lot of. I'm sure it's a lot of money to you guys too. I would not let someone take that shit from me if I was innocent.
Yeah. I'm curious because we got news this week that the value of Twitter dropped by like 71% or something like that. Do you have any thoughts on this, Matt? Because I was curious.
Wait, say this again?
Twitter's value dropped by 71% since you bought it.
Right.
Something like that.
This is the mutual fund Fidelity's like estimates of how much Twitter is worth, because Twitter is not a publicly traded company anymore. If it's a private company, so there is no across the board valuation of these things. Mm-hmm. But Fidelity is a very large company. They are an investor. They have equity in X, so they are devaluing what they own and letting people know that letting their investors know that we've lost money on this deal. So I think you can you can put a lot of stock into it. It's not like someone who's anti-Musk or anti-X wants to see it fail. These guys are losing out. And so their estimated value is based on what they believe the company to be worth, based on the revenue they believe the company is making. I'm sure they have some sort of knowledge of how much the company is making from. I do know that last week the New York Times, or was it a couple of weeks ago, but very recently the New York Times published a report where they saw some internal documents where Twitter was estimating that they were going to lose $75 million just for the holiday season post Musk's endorsement of that white supremacist conspiracy theory. Based on the major companies boycotting or just at least suspending their ad campaigns on the website. I mean, you could just see if you use X, the quality of ads have absolutely plummeted. It's been ridiculous.
I got some like weird porn ad yesterday, but it was from it was the same image on the ad, but it was different accounts doing it. I had never seen that before. It was like accounts pretending like they're like real people, and it was like, what the fuck am I seeing here? I almost missed like the corporate ads that used to be on Twitter compared to the shit I'm seeing now. It's just it feels like a low grade site. Like it feels like I'm like this shouldn't have the kind of power and pull that it does. It seems too amateurish to be Twitter. It's really
right. It feels
weird.
like you're going on like one of those remember in like the early 2000s going like a Juarez site to download some illegal software, and like the software was something like so benign too, like you were trying to download like the new SimCity or something, but all the ads were for like the most like ridiculously over the top like porn and shit. It feels like that.
I see better ads on porn sites than I do on Twitter. This is less tasteful.
Well, I got an ad today for a vibrator that also stimulates your clit at the same time. I'm like, oh, okay, this is new. I got an ad for Mike Huckabee's show that's now on Newsmax. There was an ad for like something,
which also, by the way, stimulates your.
too. I got an ad for like this thing you put around your sink that like holds your sponge, and like there's a bunch of community notes underneath this ad that's like, this is a scam. This website is suspicious. Like, what the fuck? And then there was an ad. I didn't see this one, but somebody had screenshotted this. But it was like a girl, and like there's like a hand on her thigh, like very clearly like it's porn, and somebody just like talking about the quality of the ads. It's so ridiculous. It does, like, I think that's the perfect description, Matt, of like it being on one of those sketchy websites where, you know, they have like that fucking click here to exit, and there's like a fake X that you click to take you to the website. Like, it's just so wild to me.
Well,
it's
like,
so
well,
weird.
I love that, like people have like applauded the community notes thing, where like you could put the community notes on the ad because it shows like transparency. And yeah, I know it's funny to see that, and it's obviously good that like there is a disclaimer on it. But that's not like, you shouldn't give props to Elon Musk and X for that, because if they were an actual reputable site that's cared about their users, they just wouldn't run ads and accept money from scam companies to begin with.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, he is, it's like, it's the bottom of the barrel.
Like, I have been offered like so many opportunities to run ads on my podcast and stuff, especially when scam economy was at its peak, when crypto was at its peak. So many crypto companies reached out to me wanting to run ads on scam economy. Either they didn't watch the show, they just saw it going up the charts in like the crypto category, or they watched the show and thought maybe, like, you know, if we advertise on this show, we'd be considered like the non-scam, crypto or whatever.
Imagine you took those opportunities.
But like, right, like the equivalent would be like me taking the money and being like, check out influencer coin. It is a new cryptocurrency meme coin available, you know, on Pancake Swap. It is a absolute 100% scam, full transparency, but absolutely check it out. Like, that's the equivalent of like the community note on the ad. Like, you doing the advertisement, but also just saying this is a scam.
You should have almost taken those ads, like, just ironically, like, just do those ads, take the money. It's like, everyone listening knows it's bullshit, but you get the money from those places anyway.
Yeah, I guess I should have at least experimented with doing one, like, it
would have been hilarious though.
Right. But I don't know. I got too much integrity.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't. It'd be funny though.
And they probably wouldn't approve the ad too, because I'm sure they have to like vet the ad and vet your podcast beforehand.
Oh, yeah, a lot of them I think want to do that.
Yeah,
I can't. Yeah. I'm so glad. I'm almost glad I do politics and I wouldn't do ads anyways. It just feels like I get emails and shit.
Same.
It just feels weird, especially like I could see it for live, like long podcasts, long form. I guess it makes more sense maybe, but especially for like short form videos, like a 12-minute video to do like an ad read.
Yeah.
For a 12-minute video would just seem weird to me.
They already watch ads before they watch the video, so it just feels like so unnecessary and annoying.
Yeah.
If it was a product that I actually use and I find it very useful and I would on my own recommend it to people, I would absolutely do an ad for a company like that. But of course, those companies never come to you to offer you money to do an ad.
And there's also the other layer of like the contracts and stuff where it's like, do I gotta get a lawyer now to read this contract? I don't want to do this shit.
Like as a streamer, I use a lighting setup. I use a computer. I use a mic. I when people ask me like, oh, I want to get into streaming, what's some good products? I tell them these products that I use because it's what I use to do it, and I think they're good products at doing what they do. So I would run an ad for those companies, but like I said, those are not the companies that come.
We're not getting Shure that does these mics are not going to come to us and be like, they don't need people. Like, the podcasters already use these mics.
I went out of my way to not name the brand when I said what I was doing. I was like, oh,
everyone knows what the hell this is.
but if you want me to say your name, your brand name, you got to pay me. I'm sorry.
The only one that was closest from me was Magic Spoon, because I actually do eat Magic Spoon and I really like it. But I don't know if I would like recommend it because it's kind of expensive and you don't get a lot. Like, it's not a great. So it's like, I don't know. Like, And I don't
Maybe,
want it like
maybe
it
an
feels
honest
fake.
ad read is the best ad read though. Just be like, it's a little expensive, but maybe you'd like it.
Yeah,
And
they probably wouldn't approve it though. They probably want you to like suck them
if they,
off.
if they want to hear the read ahead of time,
I'd be like, it's
probably
okay. Is it worth $11? No, but it's good.
What is Magic Spoon?
It's like adult cereal without the sugar, and it has a lot of protein. It's actually really great. Like I eat it not all the time, but I do enjoy it. It's one of those like, hey, I want some cereal.
I feel like it's hopefully not an ad for Magic Spoon, but I feel like I just got a bunch of like what are those like save $10 from like off Magic Spoon.
This is some expensive ass cereal, man. What are you doing buying a $10 box of cereal?
Right. Well,
it's good for you.
At Kroger, they have them on sale for like $8.
Oh, okay.
A couple of boxes. And
$8 still.
It's expensive for cereal, but if you're craving it, it does scratch that itch without like the sugar shit that makes me feel like shit.
I wait for like the 2 for $5 Kellogg's deals at the Stop and Shop or something.
Yeah. I wait for the sales at No Frills. That's what I do.
The benefit is like that and Catalina Crunch, they have a lot of protein. So like if you get like a lot of protein bars or something, or you want like a high protein breakfast, it's a really great alternative. But like I couldn't recommend it because it's so fucking expensive. It's not something that you would have every single day. But yeah, that's like the only closest thing to an ad. The other ads that I would do are for video games, but I don't want to do them for games that I don't play or would be forced to play for the ad, like Raid Shadow Legends. They sent me
my god,
ad.
I was gonna bring that one up. That's the one that they always email everybody.
Did you get them asking you to do ads?
Yeah, I don't even read my. Honestly, I stopped reading like a lot of emails now, like ones that clearly are not like they're trying to like push something on me, and then they always do the follow up like. Did you see my previous email, David?
I fucking have like 8 of those in my box right now from this week. I hate those.
This episode of Leftist Mafia brought to you by Leisure Suit Larry. Leisure Suit Larry, working way up the chain of...
Yeah, even Leisure Suit Larry probably is too good of a game to send out ads.
Yeah, I would do a Game Pass ad read because I can actually recommend that legitimately. I would do an ad read for the Dark Souls games. Not that they give a fuck.
I would do a
about
PlayStation.
YouTubers.
I would do a PlayStation Plus ad read. I get a lot of value from both PlayStation Plus and Game Pass. I've actually been super surprised by a lot of the games going on the PS Plus tiers. So
see, I haven't checked because I didn't want to spend all the money up front.
I know.
Okay,
but I play more on PlayStation than Xbox anyway. So.
You just made me think of something. Speaking of video games and scams and low-level companies, what's the deal with all these mobile video game ads for like Ward of Towers and stuff? And they show this footage of what looks like a really fun game where like your character walks through like either the blue square or the red square, and you either gain characters or like XP, or you lose characters in XP, and like you build up and you're shooting like zombies or whatever. But then you download the game and it's just like a really bad like low level like SimCity or tower defense game, and nothing like the actual game in the ad. Like all the comments are always, holy shit, why is this not does this game in the ads exist? I would play the shit out of this game. Why doesn't anyone just fucking make the game in the ads that everyone wants to play?
Because it's all mobile game, not all, but most mobile games are such fucking scams. So I don't know where I saw an ad for a really cool puzzle type game. And I downloaded that game, and it is insufferable. I got through 3 levels, and then you have to watch a 1-minute long ad. And then it has one of those, okay, click the X. And like, nope, that's actually taking you to the fucking app store to download it. And then every 3 levels, you have to watch a 1-minute ad. I'm like, who the fuck wants to do this? Let me give you $1 to not pay for ads. But they don't even have that as an option. They're just ad machines. That's all it is. So I deleted the game, and it was cool too. It was like a weird, like, it's a cube, and you have to like clear the pieces, but you have to move one piece to move the other. It's like a little, I like those kind of fun games like that. No, the whole thing is just an ad, and like it made me furious because I'm like, man, mobile gaming could be so amazing, but it's nothing but like stupid fucking ads and predatory bullshit that they just ruined it.
I'll tell you where it is. So there is if you have an iPhone, Apple Arcade, I think it's like $8 a month.
Oh right,
If you play a lot of phones if you want to play games on your iPhone, it's actually, to me, it's worth it again if you play enough on your phone, because all those games, there's none of that bullshit, right? There's no ads. There's no like, you know, paid DLC. All the games on Apple Arcade is like how it used to be when the App Store first hit, and there were like a bunch of games you could pay, you know, pay $2 and you get the full game. It's kind of like it goes back to that. Like that's how it used to be. Because if you don't, otherwise, like it's what you say. All the games on the App Store, it's just like you gotta click through ads, or you got to pay extra to actually play the game properly.
Right.
But like whatever is like, I think it's $8 a month. That actually pays for the games on there, and you actually have real full games. It's not.
I've
shitty.
never given it a try. I have it. I'm pretty sure because I pay for like a little package with like Apple Music and storage.
Then
and
you probably have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
This Rational National video brought to you by Apple Arcade. Apple Arcade, everyone, check it out. Great game.
If they paid
no
me,
ads.
this is why Apple doesn't pay anyone for ads, because they get this fucking free shit from us like this.
Yeah.
They know how good their shit is. They don't need to pay anybody for ads.
See, I would have just left out the brand name. You know, if you have a mobile phone, you should open up and go to the mobile arcade feature on your phone. And that's where you can have the ad-free experience.
If you have an Android, then you're really lost, because you're not going to find that. But there may be an equivalent. I don't know.
Oh my god, what else happened this week? I feel like this was nothing new really happened aside from the same terrible shit this week.
I'm like scrolling Twitter looking for something.
We found out that Trump he profited personally $7.8 million. It's like, is this supposed to be surprising, or is it 78 million? I don't even know. I mean,
that's the problem with Trump news. It's just like, oh, he broke the law again. Oh, whatever, not news.
Yeah, obviously.
Like, no. This is why everyone's like, oh, Trump isn't so bad. It's because we're just inundated with all his lawlessness for 6 years. It's just normal now. It doesn't seem like a big deal anymore. Right. Meanwhile, like Joe Biden calls his son, tells him he loves him. Oh my God, we got to get him out. Got to get him out of office. He loves his son too much. It's like, he may have worked with Hunter to get him a job, and it's like, brother, Trump had his family in the White House. Like, what are we talking about here? So stupid.
God. I gotta ask you, because David, you covered both of these last elections, or last few elections, I should say, like as long as I have been. This is probably the first presidential election where like I am just not nauseated hearing news about it, but just like I don't like I dread it. Like I did a video today for tomorrow about the election, and just like, oh, just being in that headspace of the election and Trump and Biden just made me feel like almost depressed, where it's like, God, I'm just so sick of elections. Every election in this country is just shit, and there's shit candidates, and it never, like, you know, it's always worrying if we're going to fall into fascism. Like, it's just, God, it's so exhausting.
When it comes to Republican primaries, the way I get through those is I treat it as like they're all shit anyways. So it's more like entertainment when it's a Republican primary.
Yeah.
Now, when it's like a general election, or where there's like, you know, where it's more serious and there's an actual result, that's when you got to take a little more, you know, seriously. And yes, that gets super depressing because you think about, you know, November and what the fuck these two dipshits are going to be on the ticket. Like, just like, it's not fun to think about. But for the the GOP primary, I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to, but I'm curious to see who's going to be in far second and third and fourth, like what that's going to look like. I can't even. I don't even know. It's like there's no race. Like, it's just Trump, unless he's like, I don't know, dies or something. Like, who knows?
When's the first primary again?
January 15th. That's the Iowa caucus.
Oh.
Are you serious? I thought it was like the beginning of next month.
No, it's January 15th.
I'm not even ready for this.
Right around the corner, right? And there's like all this talk. There's like buzz, I should say, about Nikki Haley, because she's like in single digits within Trump in New Hampshire. It's like okay, let's assume she like pulls out a victory. She ekes out a win. He's still gonna blow her out of the park in her own state. And then like every other state, like there's no intrigue here. Like I remember the 2016 primary. I had so much fun. Like it was like I remember there was the memes about the GOP clown show. There was Trump just like shitting on Jeb Bush. Like I had so much fun. But now it's just
Bernie was like kicking ass on television and like in debates, and it was actually a close race.
Right. There was something to actually watch.
There was some hope.
The horse race was fun. Yeah. More importantly, there was hope.
Yeah, there was hope for the future. Things felt like it could get really interesting. I mean, I started covering politics on YouTube largely because of Bernie Sanders. Like I had already, like, before then I'd, you know, been in the Green Party and did that whole thing. But he was like a massive inspiration for me. So like I covered politics because it was, to me, I wanted to cover like the hopeful side of, like, you know, what is possible, what could happen. And then, and that's still kind of, even after Trump, I mean, after Trump won, it was definitely, there was a turn there for sure. But there was still like, okay, if the world can survive these 4 years of this clown, Bernie's coming back.
Hindsight is 2020, baby.
And then I feel like once COVID hit and Bernie dropped out, that was like the end of, like, I wouldn't say the end of the world, but it was like the end of like electoral politics in my mind. It was, at that point, it was really about, all right, it's really just like worker power, unions, like that's the focus. That's the only way anything's going to ever happen. And yeah, like elections now, to me, and I really should have seen this the whole time, but you know, you learn as you grow.
Right.
It's really just, you know, stopping the bleeding in as much as you can. Like, elections are really just the lesser of two evils. That's what it is. So as long as you accept that's what it is, then you can kind of you know, focus on, you know, more important things when it comes to real news about, you know, unions and just other stories and culture stories as well are also important. But yeah, when it comes to just these races, it's hard to take it as the big deal as it felt like they were back in like 2016 and 2020.
Yeah, and a really good point. By the way, shout out to Olay. Everybody's talking about her video in the chat. Such a good video. It's 3 hours long, worth every second. But she makes like the great point that like there's not going to be a presidential candidate that is going to be a revolutionary who's going to bring the revolution. They are there to maintain the status quo. Like, that comes from the bottom up. And like a lot of us need to know our places. We're not fucking revolutionaries. We're YouTubers. So like just getting more realistic about like what to expect and kind of grounding ourselves, that has helped me a little bit, just because, yeah, like you said, David, like we're kind of growing as we, or learning as we grow. And like, yeah, for me, I was under the delusion that I thought that Bernie Sanders was going to be like, you know, not necessarily the second coming of Jesus. He's not a panacea, but like, you know, he would maybe do like at least a Reagan type revolution on the opposite side, or an FDR type revolution. But it's like,
yeah,
I don't know. Congress would probably block him from everything, not to be too doom, or you know what I mean? So it's really just about like, don't let the fascists win. And that's the utility of elections. But everything else, it happens on the ground. It happens with unions and, you know, at the state level, local level, especially. So yeah, my perspective has shifted. And as my perspective shifts, electoral politics in general, like it's still important, but I don't feel enthusiastic about it at all.
Yeah. And
it used to be my favorite.
And we are both in Olay's video.
Mm-hmm.
You're in her video, right?
Yeah.
I saw you there.
Yeah. Lance is too, actually.
Lance is too.
Yeah. Rebecca and Bat are not. They got
snubbed.
Olay
just avoids putting me in everything. I don't think I've been in any of her stuff. I get it. It's all good.
I'm sure you'll be in a video.
You'll be in a video.
Yeah. I think she's saving you for like a Twitter video, because you're the Twitter guy. So she can't put you in a video with anyone else if you're talking about Twitter, because that's like a 45-minute like Matt Binder.
No, it's all good. I'm just joking. Yeah.
What else went on? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No idea anymore.
I'm
still trying to catch up. Like, this has been a very slow.
Here.
Wait,
we got a Dave Rubin clip. I have not seen this. I just saw.
I have not. Okay, let's do this. I love watching.
I have
Dave
no
Rubin
idea
clip.
what this is.
It does not impress me that you went to college, right? I got 2 college dropouts right here in this room right now.
A few moments later.
First off, Brock's freaking out over there. What? You think it's a hoax?
I think the first moon landing was fake.
Brock believes that the first moon landing was fake. Do I believe that the moon landing was fake? We have not been on the moon. Do you know when the last time we were on the moon? No, I think it was 73, if I'm not mistaken. My executive producer sitting 4 feet away from me right now is a college dropout. I just hired a new producer this week who is a college dropout. It does not.
Hold on, I need to watch this again. I wasn't ready for the beginning. Let's hear this again.
Not impress me that you went to college, right? I got 2 college dropouts right here in this room right now.
A few moments
including him
Brock's
too.
freaking out over there. What? You think it's a
It's just that it is. I mean, first of all, I got no issue with college dropouts. Just to be clear,
right?
Right. Yeah, I think this video is. I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to have graduated from college to know that the moon landing was real.
Yeah.
Wait, you think the moon landing is actually real? Are you serious? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I figured you were, but I was gonna play along. Like,
on that subject though, oh my god, I got the funniest email, and I don't know if I should say it because I still don't know if I want to troll. But okay, I'm gonna hint at it heavily. So I've been covering a Republican candidate who is a flat earther. I've talked about her multiple times. She's been a lol cow.
Wait, who's a flat earther? I'm sorry, I froze for a second. Who's a flat earther?
Candace Taylor, Republican from Georgia. She's a flat earther. She has her own podcast called Guns, God, and Jesus and Babies or some shit like that. It's some weird ass podcast name. And she keeps bringing on a flat earther. And so that flat earther who she brought on sent me a pissed off email because I was making fun of them and wants me to come on their show to talk about the flat earth. And I'm like,
oh you gotta go on. You gotta go on.
No. So this is why I didn't want to talk about this, because I wanted to be like, listen, I'm actually part of the global conspiracy. You're absolutely right. The earth is flat, but I am paid by NASA to do this. Everything you're saying is real. And then just to see if he'd be like, I actually got confirmation that it's a real conspiracy. There's so many ways that I could take
Of course they would. They would 100% take you seriously. For sure they would take you seriously.
It was so I haven't responded yet, but I'm like, oh my God, how can I milk this situation? Because this could be hilarious if I play my cards right. They're probably not watching this right now, so it's fine. But it's Flat Earth Dave. I'm just gonna say it. That's his name, and it's fucking hilarious to me. His name is
Flat Earth Dave.
His name is literally Flat Earth Dave, and I'm like, oh my God.
Can't there be some more creativity there with the name,
right? But I was smugly dismissing the Earth. And it's like, okay,
when you go on the show, you gotta just be just say, hey, you guys could call me I don't know, Gay Mike.
Oh God, it's so funny. And I forgot what their email says. It wasn't super long, but it was a huge block of text, and it's like, God damn, I pissed you off. And it's like, you have no proof. And I was just gonna drop the picture of from Earth that they took during the Apollo mission, here you go, bro, have fun. But it's like, no, I can't do that, because that's just I don't want to actually debate them. I want to find some way to I don't know, I guess solidify the conspiratorial thinking of this person, because they're already too far gone. So why not make them think I'm somehow in? But then if I go too far and he thinks I'm a globe head plant, then maybe he'll come after me. This could get crazy. So I'm still mulling it over. Yeah,
is this her? Let's check this out.
This is a parody of it.
I'm not a
Whoa.
Oh, it's a parody. I don't want to watch a parody. I want to watch actual.
Oh, it's a parody.
Her. I don't want.
I want to hear.
Yeah, I don't care to see
a
parody. Yeah,
it's still good. So I have I did a video on this recently, which is after I got emailed by the flat earther, and it starts the clip with her talking about the flat earth, and she's responding. Yeah, this is her responding to that parody. So watch this and then watch the parody.
I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. I am a woman. I'm created perfect in the image of God. And I know who I am. I'm firm in that. I've never said the earth was flat. I've never said that I was a flat earther. Never, ever, ever have I said that. I did not say that globes were fake. I never said that. What I said was that NASA taking billions of dollars every month of our taxpayer money and funding something that we do not see any progression in. If the earth is a globe, which we've always believed the earth is a globe, and we believe that, why do we see globes on all the TV shows, on all the movies, and all the stores? Why are there globes everywhere? Why? Because it's propaganda. It's propaganda for us to be okay with NASA spending billions of dollars of our taxpayer money to fund whatever they want to fund. That does not mean that I'm crazy. That does not mean that I'm unethical. That does not mean that anything that a radical, liberal, psychotic girl in Atlanta who did a parody on
no, we gotta watch the parody.
It's so good.
Oh, we can flip the earth upside down and have day and night. I would never have thought to say something so dumb. That is completely idiotic. She said that. Her, not me.
Hold on, pause it.
And
Pause
people
it.
that say, "Oh, this
Pause
is."
it. You just said, lady. You just said you just said you just said the image of a globe is propaganda for NASA. I mean,
Which is why I love her.
That's like saying like selling plants at the stores is propaganda for like environmentalists. Like they sell plants because it's propaganda.
all I see when I walk around is the American flag. Propaganda, baby.
Mm-hmm.
All I see when I'm walking the cross, the Jesus on the cross. It's propaganda, baby. I mean, you can make that argument for literally everything.
Yeah.
This is you? No. Look at my lips. She had on red lipstick, but she does not have a full front top lip, and I told her that. The red was a nice touch, but you don't have the lips for it. She looks nothing like me, praise the Lord. And she writes skits for Saturday Night Live. She has a fake Southern accent. She's an Atlantean. She doesn't sound like me from South Georgia.
Does she know what like parody is? Like satire? Like, yes, she is not you. We understand. She is not you. Like what the fuck?
And she's trying to. But it's not me, people. It's her. It's Blair. Her name's Blair. I don't even know her last name.
All right, now we got to watch. Now we got to watch the parody.
We got to see this. Oh, sorry. I thought I had.
It's actually a good thing we watch this first because to me the parody on its own doesn't matter. What matters is her going apeshit about the parody.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not a scientist because that is a made-up job, but I know that the Earth is flat, okay? Because if the Earth was round, why would maps be flat? They can never answer that, okay? And people want to be like, well, oh, if the Earth is flat, then what about night and day? I don't know. Let me think about it. Maybe because the Earth is double-sided and God flips us over when it's time for us to go to bed and flips us back over when it's time for us to wake up, like I do with my husband. Like, use your brain. Use your head for a minute. If the Earth was round like a globe, everything would be falling off of it. All the oceans will be dripping down it like ice cream, okay? Unless the Earth is a DQ blizzard where nothing falls out. But even then, sometimes things do fall out and they do have to give you your money back. So that doesn't really make sense to me. They're trying so hard to make us think the Earth is a globe. I see globes on TV, globes at my children's school. I saw a globe at Hobby Lobby, a place of worship. Hobby Lobby, there was a globe there. I mean, if I were a normal person, there would be a globe behind me, but I have a rotary telephone that's not hooked up to anything, so Bill Gates can't track me, okay? Because I'm using my head.
That was good. That was good. Yeah. The real, what's her name again? What is it?
Candace Taylor.
The real Candace Taylor is correct though. Her southern drawl is much stronger than the parody. Yes, that part's correct.
Yeah, I did do a whole 18-minute video on this that I released over the holidays. If you want the full breakdown of the Candace Taylor saga, I'm hoping to milk this lol cow as long as I can. And then Flat Earth Dave has given me like a whole new opportunity. So I don't know how. I'm still thinking like it has to be good. But yeah, it's great.
Flat Earth Dave, it's just Flat Earth. I mean, if you don't go with Gay Mike, you gotta go with like Global Mike or something as your name when you go on there. Just go by something that's the equivalent. Oh my god,
Motherfucker Mike from the Horrible Bosses. That's Jamie Foxx's character, Motherfucker Mike.
Oh man.
Somebody said flat ass Mike. Hey, that's a smear.
Flat ass Mike.
That's a smear.
Mean.
Yeah, that's a smear. Globalist Mike. There we go.
God.
Yeah. Also, by the way, for those who don't know, I made a song about Candace Taylor too. Like it's in my outros. The music video is in my 18-minute long video. I honestly think that like Candace Taylor is probably my time person of the year personally of 2023. I think she's great. And
watch out, you might get
doing well.
Mike, you might get a video made by the real Candace Taylor pointing you out and attacking you. Be ready for it.
Oh my god, that would
This guy told me he's actually part of the global conspiracy, and he's actually he understands the Earth is flat, and he's just lying to me.
if she made a video about me, I don't know, my head would explode. I'd be so happy. It'd be pure bliss. The amount of content that I can milk out of that would be so fun. If I could start a beef with Candace Taylor, that would be amazing. I have no ill will towards her, though. By the way, just for the record, she's not a real flat earther. She just says that she doesn't know either way, and it doesn't make sense, according to her. So, and
I'm a
also
neutral observer. I have questions. I also have some questions about the
exactly. She's just asking questions. She does happen to bring on flat earthers and not push back, but she's not a flat earther.
Just raising questions.
So funny.
Who knows?
Yeah. She's great, honestly. Like I would vote for her for president. I think she's amazing. She might be look, with the way this country's going, she could be president in 10 years. Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, should we do super chats?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I guess let's do it.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom first, though. Again.
No problem. So I'm not sure who the first one is for. Do you have Tokyo Hans?
I can't even do it because I came in late, so I don't see all the ones in StreamYard. I have to go to my thing. Hold on, give me 1 second.
No problem. I'll skip down to my first one.
Oh wait, you said the first one was from Tokyo Hans?
Yeah.
I see.
Know?
Yep.
So
Tokyo Hans with 5,000 yen. I don't know how much that is in US dollars, but 50 cents or something like that. $5. Thank you, Tokyo Hans. Happy New Year, all. 2023 was horrible for me and had hope for 2024, but January 1st, 7.6 earthquake. Major rail closed, but airport's okay. January 2nd, plane crash at major airport. Airport's closed. January 3rd, mass stabbing on main local train line. Lines closed. Under bed till 2025. Yeah, Japan has been going through some crazy, but January 4th, today, I don't think anything happened, right? All good? Maybe this is when your new year starts. Maybe this is when 2024 starts for Japan.
Yeah, that's crazy. By the way, it's $34, so that's quite a generous
wow! Thank you,
donation
Tokyo Hans. That is, yes. Oh wow! Happy New Year, Tokyo Hans. And no, maybe this is just the world getting everything bad that's going to happen in Japan out of the way up front, and the rest of 2024 smooth sailing from here.
We can only hope.
Yes.
Is this for you? If not, it's Mike.
No, this is not for
He's back now. There you go.
I'm back. I believe this is for me. Let me pull them up. Yeah, that one's for me. My first one. Cosmere Dragon 2024. Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciated your Marianne Williamson interview. You treated her with respect while asking some difficult questions, which exposed areas
it went up?
I may not agree with. Yeah, it's up now. I would still vote for her if I could, but I live in Florida. RIP. Yeah. My interview went up, and yeah, I got some really good constructive criticism. There are areas where
sounds like it was a puff piece.
Yeah. Basically. Yeah.
I'm saying that as a joke. I hope it wasn't a puff piece.
Oh, it was.
Oh no.
No. I mean, so basically I start the interview saying I'm going to vote for Marianne in the Oregon primary, but I'm still going to ask her tough questions. And I feel like I did. There's some areas where I would have pushed back harder if I knew how weak she was on them, like Israel, Palestine. I didn't expect to really have to. But I did, because there's an interview that came up after I did mine with hers. And I was like, oh, wow, I kind of focused more on the employee allegation stuff, just because that was one of the biggest things for me. That was a sticking point. And I don't think she answered those questions well. I think she answered them really, really poorly. Also, really bad on trans rights. Not in the sense that she's anti-trans, just that she needs to do better and learn more. But overall, I think it was really informative. There's a lot of great parts of the interview where you learn a lot. So yeah, take from it what you will.
There we go. I look forward to seeing it.
Yeah. Ignar Husky with $10. Thank you, Ignar. My channel got 2 strikes over medical misinfo despite refuting that crap on stream, on a stream of mine. Damn you, Bill Maher, and damn YouTube for not knowing the difference of me versus a conspiracy nut. Yeah, that's the thing. YouTube's algorithm doesn't know the difference.
Dispute it though. You'll
terrible.
probably win.
Yeah.
If it actually is what you're saying, then dispute it, you'll win. It's gonna take them a bit to get to it though.
Right. Reach out to YouTube creators, I think it is, on YouTube, on Twitter, excuse me.
Yeah.
Because they're actually really responsive and they have been really helpful to me in the past sometimes. But yeah, YouTube doesn't know how to differentiate between actual medical misinfo or debunking it. In 2021, when I did a bunch of videos about anti-vaxxers, my channel was basically dead. Like I had net 0 subs the whole year because that was like one of my main focuses. And when I stopped really talking about that just organically, like the channel rebounded. I mean, correlation doesn't necessarily equal causation, but YouTube does come down hard.
That happens a lot, though. Like I've noticed that with several topics where I'll like that happened with me as well with COVID. It happened with Israel. Like there's definitely like whether it's intentional or not, I don't think it's intentional, but like there's the algorithm's at work in various ways to try and suppress not necessarily like the perspective, but just news about that in general. It tries to suppress the entire topic to avoid any advertiser issues usually.
Yeah, exactly.
JCass, $5. Thank you so much. Says New Year's resolution: be more enthusiastic. Me, super anxiety and depression. Yay! Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have New Year's resolutions or no? Do you not do that?
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
What's yours? Or do you want to share
Mine is to. I mean, mine is kind of embarrassing, but I'm going to share it anyway. It's to get help. To like take my mental health seriously. Either read books on how to
That's not embarrassing.
Anxiety and depression, and mostly panic attacks. That's like my biggest thing. Try to either get therapy or read books on it. Just like take steps, concrete steps to like try to fix it and not just suffer. That's kind of like my goal, to try.
Good.
$1 million.
That's
$1 million.
Resolution is $1 million.
Win or get $1 million.
Go start taking that crypto ad money. That's what you got to do.
Yeah.
It's the only way there. Sean DiStefano, $9.99. Thank you. Says, what are your favorite sandwiches?
Oh, now I'm really fucking hungry. I'm so angry.
I know. As soon as they said that,
I love sandwiches, but I can't like name like a sandwich. If that makes any sense.
I could. There's a.
This is easy for me.
Go ahead.
PB&J, baby. PB&J.
Oh, no!
I need like meat.
You
I need like Italian bread. I need like meat. I need some cheese.
I want
have some elitist sandwichers on.
I love
Italian
subs. I love tuna subs. I love Meatball Hero. I love. There's I
like all these.
A well-known deli in the area by me that has their own sandwiches. There's one really good one, which is a chicken, crispy chicken cutlet with like gravy, like sort of like mashed potato gravy and mushrooms on a hero. That's fantastic. They also have another sandwich, same idea, chicken cutlet, Russian dressing, ham, and coleslaw on a roll. Amazing. I just love sandwiches. Sandwiches are so good.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's like I walk into like, unfortunately, I'm not in New York, so there isn't like, a plethora of delis around. But like for me, it's I walk into a place that has sandwiches and just look at the menu, and it could. I like variety, so I'm never like just picking like one sandwich. I'll try one, then I'll try a different one. I like to mix it up. I like spiciness, so anything with some spice is always going to be one I'll probably gravitate towards. Or I like things like olives on my sandwiches. So if one has like black olives or green olives, I'm like, yes. Or even just making your own sandwich. Like just buy some deli meat. Bread is really important. The bread has to be fresh, has to be really good, crispy on the outside, but like soft.
Oh,
on
I
the
don't
inside.
even. I gotta add an addendum here. Unlike David, I don't give a shit. A McRib is a sandwich for me. I fucking love it. You put any sort of meat between two pieces of bread, and I'm down.
If the bread's not good, well, I mean, McRib has
maybe not the best thing
good,
for me to say. Someone's gonna clip me saying, "I'll just give me a piece of meat with 2 slabs of bread. I'll eat any meat. Just give me meat, baby."
Does an ice cream sandwich count?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it does.
Sandwiches in the name.
Those are ice cream. Ice cream cookie, which is fucking amazing.
Oh yeah,
those are really
the Toll House ones. Those are really good.
Mike, I feel like you're more of like a sweets guy than a salty guy.
Yeah.
Because if you go
sure.
for PB&J first, I'm thinking I guess you're more into sweets. I'm more of like a salty guy. I need like like chips and like salt. I need salt.
I've got a huge sweet tooth, so like if I had to pick between, like whenever I'm doing those BuzzFeed quizzes, I'm always picking the sweet baby. That's my and I do those all the time.
Do they still have those quizzes?
I would imagine so, right?
I didn't know BuzzFeed still exists. So I have no idea.
I did a couple of quizzes last year when I was really bored. I don't remember when. I was waiting for someone to come over or something, and I did a couple of quizzes, and I found out that I am a Gen Xer, and I'm straight, and I think I'm a certain Harry Potter character, some shit like that, you know, based on, you know, dumb shit.
Knows you well.
Yeah, they nailed it. Who are y'all's favorite celebrities listed on Epstein's list? Mine is probably Cameron Diaz from JCast. $5. Thank you. You know what? Mine is for sure Noam Chomsky. That one hurts because he's like, I mean, he's somebody who really had a lot of influence on me politically. So that one is my favorite, but I kind of have canceled him because, I mean, like, fuck you. Don't tell us it's none of our business. Like, fuck you. You were friends with him after you knew, like after we all knew. So yeah, that one hurts.
I mean, mine is, I'm going right up to the big dog himself. Mine is Jeffrey Epstein, the man, the myth, the legend.
Just go to the top of the list.
Just a big fan of New York financiers. I think they are fantastic. It was really disappointing to find out that he gave away all that financial legendary legacy to do such horrible things. So that to me is my big disappointment.
I cannot say I have a favorite. The whole thing is so fucking disgusting to me.
Bill Clinton?
Sure, let's just say Bill. Who's this for?
Oh, this is for me. Jay Cass with the super chat. Tonight, I'm having a Maruchan cup of noodles with tapatio because I'm broke as fuck from all the holidays spending. Happy New Year, though. I mean, I feel bad, but Jay Cass, you should have taken the $15 you sent to us as and bought yourself a nice meal. I mean, I feel bad now. So I appreciate the super chats, but take care of yourself first, for real.
Yes.
Unless you've been eating good and you just felt like a cup of noodles tonight, then that's okay. But
hey, don't sleep on a cup of noodles. Those are a good lunch, you know, if you don't have a lot. I remember I'd get the whole 12 packs of those when I was living in an apartment by myself, and I'd eat like, you know, at least one per day. They're pretty good, not very filling, but they're good.
You can always add some stuff to it.
Yeah, exactly. Wanda MV, $5. Always nice to see you, Wanda. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, Mike. Glad you are back. Thank you. Glad to be back. You were great on Ole's election video. Well, thank you so much. Everybody go watch that video. It was so good. Ole made so many important points. Just one of the best in terms of like voting in general, third party versus blue no matter who, lesser evilism. Like, I think she really like nailed it. Balthazar 228 $9.99. Thank you. It's interesting that the biggest loser of the recent Epstein reveals is Prince Andrew. Yeah, you know, in my opinion, they're all losers.
I read this today. I don't know if this was in the recent document releases or if this was an older thing, but it was my first time seeing this. But allegedly, Epstein had said, and this is according to a third party who heard him say this, but allegedly Epstein had said that the only person who likes sex more than he does was Prince Andrew. Very weird. Very weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a weird comment to make.
Yes.
Yeah. Star Sart Bar, $10. Thank you so much. Y'all should keep your eyes out for Boxtown, an indie cartoon with really good themes and politics that'll be dropping sometime this year on YouTube through Bandit Mill Animation. I will. I've never heard of that, but I will keep an eye out, actually. That sounds good.
Brian B. Thank you for the super chat. Says there was a Peloton instructor who talked about how bad Tenet was, and Nolan saw it. Also, rest in peace, Max Payne's voice actor. Yes, James McCaffrey. I started playing, so I have Max Payne 3 on, I played it on PS3. I dug my copy out, like this is months ago before he died, And because I saw some clip on YouTube or on Twitter, and it made me want to play the game again, so I started playing it. And the first thing that stuck out to me was how great the voice acting was. And the game is like 10 years old, and they brought him back for Alan Wake 2. His voice is in that a bit. He's fantastic. So yeah, it's his passing is really sad. I'm curious to see what Nolan's reaction would have been to hearing about Tenet being shit talk, but also for me, still alive. Thank you for the super chat. Says, do either of you guys see video games going completely digital, or do you think physical is here to stay for the foreseeable future? I think it's going to go completely digital eventually, just because it benefits the corporation. I mean, they make more money. They have to produce less. They make more money, obviously, off digital copies because there's no physical product to make.
I mean, it's already completely digital for me when it comes to the Xbox, because I bought my son the one that doesn't have the disc.
Yeah, they're already slowly. They're already doing that. Yeah, there's a PS5 version that also doesn't have a disc, so they're already trying to like slowly get people into that. I mainly download my games just because it's more convenient. I don't want a bunch of boxes around. But when it comes to like certain games, I will buy physical, like a lot of Switch games. I will. Also, part of that is because I feel like the cartridges will last forever. Whereas disc drives, I've had like, PS2s die on me, Xboxes die. The disc drive is always a thing to go. Whereas a cartridge will, I feel like, always work. But it is unfortunate just the fact of how things are going.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's definitely going to go completely digital, probably in the near future. Which there's some pros and cons, right? The pro is that's obviously better for the environment. But for me personally, I'm like an old school collector, so I have kept most of the games from when I was a teenager, and I kind of like collecting them, and I feel more secure. Like when you have something that's physical, you really own it. Whereas like your library can be cut off at any time. Like all the digital games I bought on the Wii U are now dead unless I pull out that old ass system. I mean, with Steam, that's probably the best in terms of like keeping your game library, but still, I mean, something could happen. You could get locked out of your account. So, we're kind of getting into this age where we don't own a lot of the things that we buy. Ownership is kind of like going the way of the dodo, even in terms of like movies. Like, how many of you buy movies? We don't. We just kind of watched on streaming and whatnot. So I really prefer physical, and I'm sad that it's going to go digital, but I will hang on as long as I can to physical. I try to buy everything physical, but I think I'm going to have to adapt. And where I'm choosing to place my like cards is in Steam. Like if I'm going to buy digital, I'm not going to buy on console. I'm just going to buy on Steam.
Yeah.
Cosmere Dragon with $20. Thank you, Cosmere Dragon. Did you finish Mario RPG? It has anti-capitalist undertones. You have the Star Road, a socialist system which grants wishes equally while defeating an evil blacksmith flooding Mario's world with weapons of war for profit. So I did not beat it. I kind of just got bored, and I wasn't planning to not beat it. I was going to finish it, but it just, for me, I felt like it was fun, but it was just too simple. And typically I would like it, but it just wasn't catching my attention, so I kind of ducked out. But I do see the charm, and I do appreciate like the nostalgia element, because if I played it when I was a kid, I know for sure I would love it. So there's that, like, a lot of people are happy to see it remade. But yeah, it wasn't for me, but it wasn't necessarily bad. It was just kind of one of those games that I wasn't really in the mood to play. But yeah, I'm glad that so many people got to relive it and play it for the first time. That's always cool, because some of these old games were really good, but they just need like graphical updates to make them playable. Because if you go back and play some of these old games, it's kind of tough, right? Like the fucking,
especially if you're new to it. Like if you have nostalgia for it, I could see still being able to enjoy. But if you just want to, I mean, depends who you are. But a lot of people definitely have a hard time getting into older games just because of how they look.
Especially those N64 PS1 era games.
Oh,
those are
probably the hardest era to get into.
Yeah, and they're great. The games are good.
The 3D ones, like specifically, like obviously N64. I think most of that library is 3D, but there are some like some older RPGs on PS1, or like even like fighting games that are still like push the 2D a little bit and still work on PS1. But yeah, the old 3D is just does not hold up very well.
Yeah, it's rough. And like most of my favorite games are on N64, but it's to go back and play them. Like I did play Banjo-Kazooie a little bit when I found it on like an emulator for it. And it was still pretty rough, even when you up the resolution.
Mm-hmm. That's for me. Brian B. Thank you for the super chat. Fargo season 5 is 10 out of 10. I heard that show was good. I have not seen it.
Yeah. I really want to see it. I don't have the streaming platform that it's on. I think it's Peacock. So the next time I get Peacock, I will watch that because I've heard nothing but good things.
Drew Parker with a super chat. It's just the boys today. Happy New Year. Thank you, Drew. And yeah, it's just the boys today. Wanda MV with a super chat. Happy New Year, Matt. Let's make makers those the year that Leftist Mafia does its first live show. We need to do a live show this year. We absolutely should take advantage of the election season. We should definitely do something like early summer. Honestly, I really think we should do a live show in New York.
Well, that's gonna, if I fulfill my New Year's resolution and I get panic attacks under control.
You're gonna get on a plane this year.
Well,
that's
baby steps. Baby steps.
You're gonna get a car and do the week-long drive to New York.
That might be way more anxiety causing than just riding on a plane for 5 hours.
It should be. Driving a car that long is too dangerous.
That would be really, really tough. I think I'd rather just jump on a plane. Yeah, I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna work on getting over my claustrophobia, extreme claustrophobia.
The hard part for me is just that I have like a kid that like relies on me. So like traveling just generally right now is tough.
Can't leave your kid for, how old was the kid again? 2, 3?
3.
Can't leave the kid for 2 days on a weekend? No?
I mean, I probably could.
I mean, I'm not saying leave the kid by themselves.
Yeah. Just let them take care of themselves. No, I got family. I got family that loves him.
Or bring the kid. It's a lap child on the plane. That could
lap
be your
child on the podcast.
That could be the comp ticket for the venue. Yeah.
So he'd be a good replacement for Mike. He's just like sitting there like chiming in occasionally with some jokes.
I mean, I'm trying to think of
I would respect that as a replacement for sure.
I'd be fine with getting on a plane and going to where any of you guys live to do this show, but I'm thinking like in terms of audience, we probably in totality
New York
makes
the most sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will discuss. So Ren.
And then they'll kick off the tour, in which will be gone for 4 weeks. A new city every day. A new city every day. Yeah.
Selling out stadiums. Sounds amazing.
I mean, we do it during the summer. The kids don't have school. We'll get a tour bus. The kids join us. It'll be fun. Meet everyone's whole family. It'll be a whole fun excursion. We should do it.
I could tell you really wish you were in a band.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like to me.
Matt,
but I would only tour
groupies.
I would only tour during the summer though, because I'd seriously take my kids along with me. I wouldn't be able to leave them for. It's gonna be hard being away for 5 days for CES, honestly.
Yeah.
Oh, you're out for 5 days.
Well, it's weird because I'm going to CES this weekend, and it just so happens that the last day I'm at CES, the next day, a family member is getting married in Austin, Texas. So from Vegas, I'm going to Austin for a couple of days, and I'm meeting my family, like my kids there in Austin. So it's 4 days in Vegas, but they're not getting to Austin until an extra day. So it's 5 days away from them.
Wow. This is for me. So Ren, $5 super chat. Thank you. Says, loved your video on the Tetris kid. He did something that no one had done ever for over 30 years, only to have some loser tell him to touch grass. Did you guys see this story?
No.
I did. The kid was the first ever human, because it's been done apparently by a computer before, but the first ever human to get so far in Tetris that there was nothing left. There was no more there was no more game to play.
Yeah, he hit the kill screen, the first human ever. So Anyways, go watch the video for more explanation. But there's like a
13-year-old kid. 13-year-old kid.
Yeah, 13 years old. And there's a reason, like there's a reason why it hadn't been done for 30 years. Like there's a lot of like different new techniques that were discovered in order to get past certain parts of Tetris that they didn't know before. And then after the AI hit a kill screen, they all realized there was a way to actually get to the end of Tetris. So after that was kind of like a race to get there. And yeah, anyways, amazing story. This kid, the first person ever, and then this fucking shitty news anchor at Sky News, like says like go outside, like just like fuck off.
Yeah.
Like this person reading news off a teleprompter, trying to belittle someone's like insane accomplishment that no one has ever done before. Like it's just a typical like a lot of mainstream. I wouldn't say a lot is like this now because I think that this story's actually gotten a big and she's the only person I saw like belittle it like this. But there still is sort of this like sentiment about games where it's like, you know, if it's a chess player breaking a record, it's like, oh, awesome. If it's someone who played a game and did it, and then it's like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, gamers that's for little kids.
Gamers face more prejudice than any other marginalized group.
That's right. We are the most marginalized.
Gamers will rise up one day. We will.
We will. We will take over.
We will overcome.
Matt, hold on. Angelin de Bagschegi. I'm sorry for messing up that name. Matt, I have a limited edition The Boring Company hat that Musk issued. I could send you if you wanted. Are you serious? I would love it if you don't want it. Only if you don't want it. I would absolutely wear it on stream.
That'd be hilarious. Oh my god. Wear it to CES.
Well, it's a bit late probably to get it to me for CES. I'm leaving in 2 days, but I would definitely wear it on the stream for sure.
That's awesome.
I saw someone say, "Oh, we're not going to see Binder till the end of the month." No, just next week. I'll be back. I'll be back home in New York in time for the Iowa caucus on the 15th. So I'm only not doing a show next weekend, and I'm going to be missing Majority Report and Leftist Mafia next weekend. But that's only 1 week. I'll be back. It's for me.
Oh my god.
Balthazar228 with a $10 super chat. Why are there Pop-Tarts but not Mom Tarts? Because of the patriarchy. That's pretty good. I like that. That's a dad joke if I've ever seen one, and I love it. Yeah. I love it.
I love that so much.
Foresto with a super chat. Tech support is fun until you do it for old people. Well, yeah, because then you're doing the same tech support like 20 times in a row before they understand what you're... It's one thing to like, oh, this is what you got to do to fix it, and then just do it yourself the one time. It's another thing to walk someone through it like 20 times in a row before they get it.
It's even worse if it's like over the phone. Like, oh my God. Try talking to your parents, try to fix like a tech issue over the phone.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Nothing is more frustrating.
We've all had that experience. It's brutal.
Mm-hmm. Archangel super chat $10. Thank you. Says love your take on Baldur's Gate 3. The fact that I didn't play it. I played the original 2 and love this due to the D&D aspect of it, i.e. rolling dice for decisions. The combat was my favorite part of the strategy involved in combat. Yeah, like a lot of people I heard were not a lot, but some people were turned off by the turn-based nature of it. I actually wouldn't. I enjoy turn-based games. I enjoy them a lot more now than I did when I was a kid. I would probably love that part of it. For me, the reason why I'm afraid to get into it is because it seems so deep and like story rich that I really have to like, you know, just play for hours. I don't have the time right now, but one day.
Wolfheart 1136. Thank you for the $5. Appreciate that. Has David still not played Disco Elysium yet? Have any of you played it? Love the communist questline. So what David explained with Baldur's Gate 3 is my same reasoning for also ducking out of Disco Elysium after a couple of hours, because you could tell that it's going to be great. The narrative is incredible, but it's one of those where you really have to sit there and dedicate so much time and mental space to. And my preference for games is to just kind of play something not necessarily shallow, but something to where I could listen to something else. Like I'm okay with a story game if it's like in quick bursts, like Spider-Man 2. Like you kind of just play it, there's a cutscene, and then you move on. but these are really like story-rich games. Disco Elysium is super, super complex. Like you make really important decisions that you got to think about, but it does seem cool. It's just like you really have to be in the right space mentally to play it, and that's kind of been my problem as well with Disco Elysium.
So a lot of how I play games now is I listen to podcasts while playing, and so if a game interrupts my ability to do that, it's unfortunate because there's some games where I specifically like Dead Space. That's wrong. I actually did listen to the podcast because it was scary. So
you didn't? I did.
I put a podcast on so I'd get over the jump scare so it wouldn't hit me as much. But I can't think now, but there were definitely other games in the list. Alan Wake 2. I was just in on Alan Wake 2. I didn't want to so there were games like that where I'll just focus. But Disco Elysium, I made the mistake of getting high and then starting Disco Elysium, and you cannot do that and expect to get into the I was just like, this is way too much for me to do right now. And so I played like 20 minutes, was like, I can't play this right now, and just never got back to it. It also feels like, to me, a game that is best played on PC. And I'm not a PC gamer. I have a Mac, and it might run on a Mac now. But I have the PS5 version, and it feels weird playing that game with a controller. It's one that I hear is so good because of the way the story plays out. But I'm going to have to put it on the back burner for now. I will get to it at some point. That's for me. Lawn Gnomes, $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Says Spider-Man 2. Actually, you deserve a
1 and 0 and 2.
That's the best I could do. Spider-Man 2 game has a budget of $300 million, and the latest MCU Spider-Man movie had a production budget of $200 million.
Seriously?
What games/movies would you fund sequels for instead with that $500 million budget? I would do original property. Part of the reason why the Spider-Man 2 game budget was so massive is because of the amount of money Sony has to pay to use Spider-Man. That's like a massive portion of that, and like I forget what the budget on Ratchet and Clank was, but it was like a fraction of that. I would not fund. So wait, you're asking would you fund sequels for? So if we're just doing sequels, I mean, I got to sit and think about that one. So I don't have any movies in mind. I'm not too much of a movie buff. Games, I just want a SOCOM 2 remaster. I was massively into SOCOM 2 on PS2, like the first online game I was really into. That the way those maps were designed, the way the game, the shooting may not hold up now, but just bring those maps back, update the mechanics. A SOCOM 2 remaster is like all I really want in terms of a sequel. Anything else for me, I want to see original stuff. I don't know. Mike, anything for you?
Yeah, that's a hard question because I don't know. There's a lot. Maybe like a really good sequel to like Banjo-Kazooie or like a 3D Donkey Kong. Like I'm very like nostalgic for the Nintendo 64 era, so like maybe a revival of one of those really big games. But it's hard to say. I'm pretty like, I don't know. My tastes have changed over the years, so I don't know if like a 3D platformer would hook me like it did in the past. It's hard to say though.
I want to see new Jak and Daxter games. Bring that
would be cool.
Back.
Yeah,
I was really into Jak and Daxter back then.
Or Sly Cooper. That's another
Sly
great
Cooper was
series.
great too.
Yeah,
also great. Yes. Yeah, they stopped doing those, but Insomniac kept doing Ratchet and Clank, which is interesting.
Yeah, that last Ratchet and Clank was a 10 out of 10. That was so good.
Oh, fantastic game. Amazing.
Yeah.
Game. Still one of the best games on PS5, I think.
Oh, absolutely.
So ran with a super chat. I'm a shoe salesman. Let me tell you in chat. It gets so much more disgusting than you can imagine. Maybe I'll call in sometime to share. Oh, this is because we were talking about feet before, right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why, but like the being a shoe salesman seems like such an old-fashioned way to put it. I'm a shoe salesman. But I know what you're saying. You work at a shoe store and you get people to try on shoes. Well, I'm a cobbler. And let me tell you. But yes, I would love to hear Ren. I'd love to hear your stories at the shoe store.
I'd love to hear what goes on.
I can only imagine.
Narrative Dude with $9.99. Thank you so much for the reason why I don't believe in God. Yeah.
Who's this for?
I think Matt.
I froze for a second. I could tell.
Am
I
you
back?
did freeze, yeah.
Am I back?
I thought you were like smiling at the question for a very long time.
Bob. I froze. No, I could tell
it.
because my screen disappeared.
Okay.
Bob Carmody with a membership super chat. We demand WikiFeet postings from everyone on screen. Not gonna happen.
Well, not everyone.
Uh-huh.
Admiral Stewie with a super chat. 20 years ago, Binder claimed he was only watching porn for the research, and he's been stuck in a journalism career ever since. 20 years when I was 17.
Exactly.
That tracks.
No, when it's 20 years ago when I was 17, I was not watching porn for the research. I was watching porn to discover myself at 17 years old.
Same. I was 17.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never watched porn ever. You guys are disgusting. Next question.
You're just too kind-hearted. I believe you.
I'm too kind.
Too pure of heart is the better. Right. Sorry.
For Resto with a super chat, I don't understand how there aren't more people on XXX stream sites streaming themselves playing XXX games. Easy way to make money without being nude. Well, there's not that many.
That's a great point, actually.
XX games.
So I didn't know that's. Maybe
are
there
that many adult games?
Yeah. On Steam, they're always like on the top sellers. Like
there is a ton.
Really?
Yeah.
So many.
I mean, they're all garbage from what I hear.
Yeah.
Do adult sites? Can you make that much money on adult sites though? I know, like being a porn star, you can make a good amount of money.
I feel like why not just play? Doesn't have to be XXX game. Just play video games as a porn star. You could probably make money just doing that. Like play good games.
Yeah.
Don't play shitty games.
If you're already an adult star though. Like,
if you're already one, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
But I mean, like, instead of like, if you like, do people who just stream like amateur content on like Pornhub make that much? I didn't think there was that much money in that. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I mean, there's so many.
I would imagine
I can't imagine.
I'm sure there are people who do, right? But
yeah, there are people who do, but there's so many of them. I'm sure it's hard to break through.
Yeah.
Wanda MV, thank you for the super chat. Says, Happy New Year, David. You were great on Olay's video. Wait, what is that little OBJ? How do you even do that? What is that?
I don't know.
You were great on Olay's video. You were great on Olay's video.
There's probably an emoji there or something.
There's not. It's the same thing in the text.
Really?
On YouTube. I don't know. I've never seen that before. Thank you. Yeah, that was recorded. I'm glad she waited a bit to release that, because if she released that, a couple months ago, it probably wouldn't be good timing. But yeah, we shot that, or she recorded that interview with me, like I think late August. But yeah, it was a great video, and absolutely check it out if you haven't.
Rick's Americana with a super chat. Matt, talk about the SEC's approval of spot Bitcoin issues. I don't understand it, and it seems important. Well, it hasn't happened yet. The SEC has shot it down every single time there's been an attempt to. Oh wait, are you talking about the ETFs, or hold on? I might be out of the. No, these are just rumors. No, so this is what you're talking about. I mean, I see that the rumors say that it's likely, but I've seen this so many times where the SEC. So we'll talk about it when it happens, because right now it's just pure speculation, and it makes no sense to talk about it if it doesn't even exist. But I will definitely bring it up if it happens. Basically, it's a way to give you, because I don't want to not answer your question at all. But to give you a quick summary, it's a way for people to speculate on Bitcoin without actually buying Bitcoin. You would buy like a stock on the stock market that's invested in Bitcoin, but you wouldn't own Bitcoin yourself. It's a way that crypto people, Bitcoin advocates, think will legitimize Bitcoin. it's SEC shot it down every attempt to have it happen though so far. So we'll see.
CD with a $10 super chat. Thank you. Says, have either of you seen the interview Cenk did with Roland Martin a few weeks ago? I did. It was pre-Fetterman Gate, and Cenk could not make a great case for progressives gaining ground in elected offices. So I wish I can go. I wish I should have wrote down what I was thinking while watching that. So it's like an hour. It's like an hour. So I mean, I didn't sit down and watch it. I was like doing other things and watching it. But because I was just curious, because I always I enjoy seeing Cenk on other shows because there's always confrontation. There's always like disagreements, and it's entertaining often. So him and Roland Martin were like really like they were arguing, and yeah, so he wasn't. Cenk didn't come off well in that interview, but Roland Martin was trying to basically say
a phrase often uttered. Cenk didn't come off well in that interview.
Well, it's just that but I would say Roland Martin didn't either. So Roland Martin was trying to pin down Cenk on the idea that a progressive or our left wing agenda, that like Martin was saying a left wing agenda would not be electorally successful because we have not seen it. So he's basically saying that it wouldn't be that what Cenk is trying to do, or the case in Cenk's book that Cenk is trying to make in his book apparently is that the progressive wave is coming and we're going to take over the country. So, but the thing that Cenk didn't say that I think was an easy layup and things that he has said before, I'm sure, that money is a big issue in the primaries. When you have a ton of money against left-wing candidates in primaries, that is a big part of the reason why progressive or left-wing candidates don't win the primary. The primary is the real battle there. Once they get to a general election, oftentimes, as long as they still have some support and money behind them, they can and do win those races. So I don't know why Cenk didn't try and make that point. It seemed so he didn't look good because he's not because Cenk's trying to say, hey, a progressive way is the way you win, but Roland Martin's saying, where is it? Where are these people, except for in certain districts like in New York? Where are these people? How are they taking over? He basically saying there isn't one senator yet, except for I guess Bernie Sanders, that has really won on that agenda. And there was just, I don't know. It was a fun, entertaining watch, but it was also kind of frustrating because they were both talking past each other.
No, I see what you're saying. I mean, it sounded like they both had points, but I guess they didn't get to where they were supposed to get.
No, and it was
those points.
No, and it was mostly about Cenk's book. He didn't even talk much about his run, though he would bring it back to his run and act like he's going to be the first one to do it. But you can't. Again, it's hard to make that case when the one time you ran, you came in sixth place in a congressional run. It's I don't know. I have nothing against his run because it's not hurting anybody, right? But it's just it's odd to try and act like the success of progressives hinges on your victory against Joe Biden.
Cenk Uygur 50-state sweep coming up.
We're just not in that world.
Bay Photo with a super chat. Binder, do you think we're going to see a renewed crypto run in 2024? I'm starting to see stories about Bitcoin rising again. I mean, it's definitely going to happen. I don't know about 2024, but crypto is not dead. It's going to have a resurgence at some point once again, and go after more dupes. Bitcoin has risen significantly over the past couple of months, but we'll see what that translates into.
Should I buy now?
No. No. I don't give any financial advice, but I'm also not going to tell people to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this for me? I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
I think so, right?
For Resto, yep. For Resto with the super chat. Porn ads are taking over on social media. I've been getting them occasionally on Facebook lately. There was even one for a webtoon site devoted to CP. Oh my God.
Jesus.
I've not seen them on Facebook. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but Facebook seems to be a little bit more careful, which, you know, it could definitely happen though. But yes, on Twitter, it's become...
It's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt, you're frozen again, Matt. There, you're back.
I don't know. Do you hear me?
Yeah, it's always like 5 to 8 seconds, and you're back every time.
Yeah. I don't know why it's been happening so much today. I'm gonna have to reset my router. Balthazar 228 with a super chat. We all know Matt's making himself eggs Benedict every morning with truffle hollandaise.
I love eggs Benedict. That is like the one. Breakfast is like whatever, but eggs Benedict is like, yes, I will eat that.
I don't eat breakfast usually, but I did have breakfast today because I was hankering for the Burger King croissant witch. They do a 2 for $5 croissant witch, which
sounds good.
Which is I get the ham, egg, and cheese on a croissant. I'm not usually a croissant fan either, but Burger King makes good croissants because it doesn't taste like a croissant. It just tastes like bread. Just tastes like bread, so it works in my favor. But yeah, I don't usually eat breakfast though.
Balthazar 228, $10. Thank you, Balthazar. There's legitimately a game on Steam that has all the advertised puzzle games on mobile games. Interesting that they don't actually have on the mobile game. Okay, I'll have to look into that. That's interesting. Baba Is You blows all of them out of the water, though. I've heard of Baba Is You, but I've never played it, though. But I'll put that on my radar because you usually have really good recommendations. Although I still haven't played Return of Oberdin or Return to Oberdin. I don't know if you all have heard of this. It's this.
That sounds familiar.
It looks like a Game Boy game, but it's 3D and it's a puzzle game. Apparently, it's amazing. I bought it when it was on sale, but I haven't played it. Like I bought this like a year or so ago. I keep hearing nothing but good things about this, and Balthazar recommended that to me. I'll have to finally just play it.
Oh yeah, it's got a 10 out of 10 on Steam.
Yeah, like it's everybody who has played it just loves it.
All right. This for me? I thought I had a Carla. Yeah, I do. Carla Blake, $1.99 with no message. Thank you so much.
T-Types with a $10 super chat. Thank you, T-Types. Michigan Senate primary. Party fave Slotkin is a rich former CIA analyst, and her father sold ballpark to Tyson for $140 million. I attended a Hill Harper campaign meeting and believe he's authentically leftist. Interesting. I'm going to have to read up on what's going on in Michigan with the primary. Are you guys up on this?
I haven't been paying attention to it.
Why does Hill Harper sound familiar?
Yeah, I was gonna say
it does sound familiar.
I can't picture a face, but I feel like I've heard the name before.
American actor. Oh yeah, I've seen this guy before.
Oh, he's the guy.
There's like
he's the guy who was offered. He's the guy. No, he's the guy who came out and said he was offered $20 million to primary to drop out of the Senate race and primary Rashida Tlaib, but he turned it down and went public with it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
To do what he did, I think he's legit too. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. To go public with it, like to turn it down, whatever. But to go public with it to let people know what was going on, clearly knowing that could be used against him. I think that's legit.
Yeah.
Yep. This is not for me, but it addresses me.
That's Matt.
Unless it was
no, it's not.
Oh,
No?
I had to. Okay, it was redacted, so maybe they deleted the message. Maybe because they said drywall, they meant drawl. David with the southern drawl was everything. Rolling off floor, LMAO. Happy 2024, lefties. Happy 2024 to you, Verna.
David probably also has some southern drywall on his house somewhere.
Yeah, I might have some southern drywall too.
So Ren with $5. Thank you, So Ren. Have you played Hollow Knight? I have not yet, but I really want to. It's personally a favorite, and I've heard of it referred to as a side-scroller Souls-like. Sequel is in development. Yeah, so I want to play either that or Blasphemous. I know that Hollow Knight is on Game Pass.
Looks really good.
Yeah, it's really pretty also. And I bought Blasphemous 1 when it was like $5 on Steam. I just haven't had the chance to play it. But one of those I'm going to play sometime this year. That's my goal. Or both, hopefully. But yeah, Hollow Knight, I've heard it's amazing.
Hollow Knight, I played, I think, like an hour. I didn't give it a fair shot. I just wasn't in the mood for it. But yeah, I've only heard good things.
Oh, not for me.
Oh, this one is for me, actually. Foresto, $5. Thank you so much. A rare defection from giving Matt money, but Mike needs to go on the Flat Earth show and ask why she's such a coward for refusing to admit she's Flat Earth. See, I don't want to... I really like Candace. Like, I think she just looks like a sweet auntie or something. So I wouldn't want to be mean.
She looks like she'd be honestly, she looks like she'd be a real bitch.
Maybe it's that Southern charm, but like
she
I
seems like a real. She seems like a real Karen. Let's put it that way. She'd certainly complain to your manager if the lightly toasted bagel she ordered was a bit too toasted.
Or she'd be like one of the people. I used to work at Subway, so this was common. They'd be like, "I want mayonnaise," and then you put mayonnaise like more, and they wouldn't say please. It's like more, and then you do another line. They go more, and they just be assholes. Maybe like that. No, I wouldn't want to be mean. I think that what I hope to extract out of this is some playful trolling, because I don't think that you can actually convince somebody who's a flat earther or get through to them. I think that if they are a flat earther, they're done. They're too far gone. So the best you can do is extract some funny content out of that and get some lulz, and that's my ultimate goal. I just got to play my cards right. I think this is for me, Ignar. Yeah, $10. Thank you, Ignar. Definitely going to dispute it in reference to their video getting copyright claimed about Bill Maher anti-vax, I think. Just at work and can't quite get to it yet. I don't have a Twitter anymore, so if the chat wants to berate them there in my honor, that'd help, LOL. Yeah, if you post, well, I don't know if you can post links, but if people have the link to your video and they share that with YouTube creators, then hopefully they'll respond and they'll fix that.
Balthazar228 with a $10 super chat. All the super chats are color coded. Blue. Oh, look at that.
I didn't realize this.
I have never realized this.
Yeah, Blue, I didn't realize this.
Blue is $2. Green is $5. Yellow is $10. As you can see, Balthazar gave 10, and his super chat is yellow. Orange is 20. Purple is 50. Red is 100 plus. It doesn't matter the currency. The colors tell you how much that is worth. Amazing. I did not know. Brilliant. I was always wondering why they were colored differently.
I don't know why
it makes so much sense now. Colors. Yeah, it makes sense, but I just never was perceptive enough to realize that they were color coded.
I better see just red super chats everywhere, folks. I want to see blood red
I want to see
super
some
chats.
Red.
Yeah.
Tara, $5. Thank you so much, Tara. You're so kind. Happy New Year to you all. Enjoyed seeing your Instagram updates, Mike. Glad you had a good break. Hopefully you were able to rest. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed that. I had such a fun time. I relaxed, walked
surfing on the beaches of Portland.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, it was really fun. The doggies had so much fun. Although my pug Poopy, he's 10, so I had to carry him because we were going across like rocks, and he's an older guy. But it was so much fun. He had a blast. I had a blast. Watched a bunch of movies, drank. Yeah, it was the mental refresher that I really needed. So yeah.
Not for me.
Oh, this one is for me too. I missed it. Bayphoto, $4.99. Thank you, Bayphoto. Money makes the world go round. Use these proceeds to buy Flat Earth Dave a snow globe or something. Well, you see, that's just part of the globe propaganda. They should make a snow flat or something. I don't know.
A snow flat.
Although somebody said, God, where did I see this? And I wish I could credit them. They said, the Flat Earth Society, they are so popular. They have chapters all over the globe. Just kind of like a little funny burn. I think it was in the comment section of my video, maybe. It made me kind of like,
Balthazar228 with a super chat. Not gonna lie, if you're in NYC, Kalustyan's on 28th and Lexington has the most amazing Lebanese pistachio baklava. I'm gonna have to try it, I guess. I'll take your word for it. I gotta be honest, I don't think I've ever seen the words amazing and baklava put together before, but I'll take your word for it. I'll try it out.
I like me some baklava.
I don't know what baklava is. I feel like I do. I feel like I know what it is, but I can't picture it.
It's usually like a Mediterranean pastry. Like if you go to a Greek restaurant, it's usually like the one dessert on the menu.
You've seen them before.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that before. I don't think I've ever had it though, or if I did, it's been too long. Yeah, I do know what that is though. Okay, I just couldn't picture it in my head.
It's not bad, but let's put it this way: if we go to a gyro or a gyro place or a Greek restaurant, and we're feeling like dessert, we usually finish our meal at the Greek restaurant and we go to a ice cream shop for dessert. This is not for me. Oh wait, it is for me. I'm sorry. I saw games and I thought it couldn't be for me. Ziggy Lynch for the super chat. I recommend.
You froze
again.
This has delayed the end of our podcast by at least 2 minutes. You're back.
I froze. Okay.
Yes, you did.
I recommend the iOS game Black Box Brain Puzzle for out-of-the-box thinking. Coincidentally, tried it just as y'all were talking crap mobile games. LOL. I'll have to check it out.
Carla Blake, thank you for the super chat. Heard anything about Jan 6 Congress members can't run? I've not heard anything about that recently. No.
As far as I know, they're all running, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, I do have to mention this. People are mocking me now in the chat for pronouncing it gyro and not hero or whatever.
Gyro?
It is in New York City we call it a gyro. I don't know what you call it anywhere else, but in New York City you get a gyro.
I think we say gyro here. I don't even know.
I thought it was gyro.
I think of multiple pronunciations. So
yeah.
It's all very confusing.
I remember calling it a gyro, and then somebody made fun of me, and I'm like, okay, hero, I guess, and I've called it that since.
No, it's not. It's not euro. It's called the gyro. If you live in New York City, at least, it's called the gyro.
Oh, sorry.
People, what do we call it?
If you live in New York, you only speak English, nothing else, apparently.
This is New York here, okay? We live in New York. It's called the gyro.
Sounds very welcoming.
Do people in New York actually say, "I'm walking here on the streets"?
I'm walking
here. Yeah, that's all we say. You got to say it if you're going to walk down the streets. I'm walking here. I'm walking here. Over and over again.
I'm walking here. Dwayne Bramble, $20 super chat. Thank you for your generosity. You get
Not good. Believe me, not good.
But it is good. Happy New Year to the Leftist Mafia crew. I'm glad to see the idea I suggested to David came to fruition. Keep it going 2024 and beyond. What's the idea? I want to give you credit. I don't know what the idea you're talking about is. To see the idea I suggested to David came to fruition. Oh, man. Well, thank you, Dwayne, for your suggestion that it was brilliant. I love your suggestion. Once I remember it, I'm sure I'll love it even more. But thank you so much.
Guamu with 200 Mexican pesos, I assume, and judging by what Balthazar told me before, that is equivalent to $20. Thank you so much, Guamu. I appreciate that. Talking of questionable ads, here in Mexico's YouTube, we've been flooded with our president and Carlos Slim, Mexico's richest, deep faked into promoting a trading platform. Do you have similar scams over there? Oh yeah, we got the usual one you'll see here on YouTube here is someone will hack a basically they'll trick the owner of a big YouTube channel, phish their account, get them to give them their password accidentally, and they'll change it to a Tesla YouTube account and brand it Tesla, and they'll claim they'll play a video of Elon Musk saying he's launching a Tesla coin or a SpaceX coin or something like that. That's one you usually see here. There was also a deepfake Joe Rogan ad going around TikTok a couple months back that TikTok had to ban. So yeah, it's gonna get worse. The fake videos are gonna get a lot worse.
Paul M, $10 super chat. Thank you. Says part 1. David just started stream, heard the memory card story, and then jumped forward in time to tell you that when you have a couple hours for it, look for a pawn shop type place, known specially. Was there more to that? Is there a part 2?
It does say part 1.
The part 2.
Does it say part what? Oh, for video games, the kind of place that has old consoles set up and people inside always playing games. They'll be able to grant your nostalgia trip. This is for Mike. Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Is to actually just scouring like used game stores for memory cards. I would just do that. Just see what's on those memory cards. I got a used copy of Shin Megami Tensei 4 for 3DS a couple months ago, and I played a lot of that over the Christmas, whatever holiday I had. And there was an old save on there, and it's just, I don't know, it's kind of cool to be like, hey, someone played through, like you could see how far he got. He spent like 80 hours. I'm like, holy shit. It's just, I don't know. There's something interesting about this person spent a lot of time with this game.
David Doel's gonna be going
around. I wonder what his life is like.
Yeah. David Doel's gonna be going around to thrift stores now buying old memory cards, and very soon we'll see him in the news headlines. A local Canadian man claims that all that CP found on his memory cards
These are
We're not his. We're not his. He claims he bought it at a thrift store. He's currently facing 20 years.
PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2, GameCube memory cards. We can't do that. N64 as well. PlayStation 1, I guess. I got one PS1 memory card. But
here's where
that could be fun. I think you're finding because I was lost.
Ryan Lennon fan with a membership super chat. Binder would like the finals. We should get a Matt David duo. Finals of what?
The finals. There's a game called The Finals, and it's 3v3v3, and it's sort of like a you have to grab like a box of money and extract it, and it's really fun. And it's like
sounds good.
There's total environmental destruction. Like you could, anyways. There's a lot of. We talked about it earlier, but it's a great game. I'm too tired to explain it now, but it's a fun game. Check it out for sure. It's all. Is it free? Yeah, it's free to play. So look into it. Is Matt frozen again? Yeah.
That was weird because I heard you for the first time. For the first time, I froze, but also Mike froze too. But I heard you the entire time, and you were moving, David.
You heard me the entire.
Yeah,
That's
amazing.
Weird.
StreamYard must have realized you were speaking and prioritized your. I have no idea. Could have been luck.
Maybe it's like an upload-download thing. You were still able to download what you were seeing.
I think I need to reset my router because it's just the way it's going up and down like that. Something definitely just needs to be reset.
This is from Archangel, $5. I sent an earlier super chat when I joined the video chat late. Did you get it? So I talked to Archangel in the chat, and I did not see it, but I did find them with the follow-up, which is, let me see if I can pull it up on here. If not, I do have it, or I can just read it. Yeah, it might be hard to find it, but I'll just read it in my chat here. I had mentioned about playing Baldur's Gate 3 and loving the D&D aspect of it. I know you and David didn't find it as appealing, but I wanted to let you know it could be cool for you both to play it. Oh, right, because it does have co-op as well. Yeah, I mean, that would kind of be difficult also because we'd have to coordinate, like...
The schedules are all over the place.
Yeah, a lot of time for it. Like, I wanted to... My husband played through all of Baldur's Gate 3, and it would have been fun... Yeah, it would have been fun to play it with him. He thinks
you should have played with him. That would have been fun.
Yeah. But then it was like, it was hard because it's like, when do we have time to like sit down for like a couple of hours and just like, play something? We've been playing this game called RoboQuest, which is just a roguelite. It kind of looks like Borderlands. That's really fun. You can pick up and play 20 minutes, 30 minutes and put it down. Things like that are a little bit easier. But yeah, I haven't given up on Baldur's Gate 3. I do want to try it eventually for sure.
This is for me. AOD fan with a membership super chat. Did you guys see Benji on TYT shamelessly defending Israel, saying they accidentally dropped bigger bombs than said we should respect each other's views? Wait, what? I watched.
I haven't seen this.
Before the Christmas week of Christmas, I finally watched that the one people were telling me to watch with Cenk and Ben going at it on TYT over what Israel's doing in Gaza. But this sounds like it's a new one. I would have to see this clip because I mean, what a ridiculous explanation.
Yeah, that's if he actually said that. That's
no, but that was Israel. That was Israel's claim. One of the
Israel said that. Yeah,
Israel said that.
Oh, they actually said they accidentally. Okay,
they said they accidentally used the wrong bombs when bombing a city. That's why there were more deaths.
Jesus Christ, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And for anyone to just be like to accept that lie from
that's
Israel,
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That's insane. It's absolutely insane.
So he defended them saying that. Okay, yeah, I've not seen it, so I can't speak to it. But that,
I have a hard time understanding what is even the point of having someone like that on to discuss. I get for some people it's like maybe it's you want to watch that debate, but I don't know. If you're supposed to be like the Progressive Network, why are you even having this guy on to defend Israel?
Well, he's part of the network. He's not some guy, right? He's not like a guest. He's part of.
I think
TYT.
Isn't he just freelance? I don't think he's like a host. I don't think he's like a main host.
I think he is part of the network. He came on after his viral Charlie Kirk moment. Remember the video with Charlie Kirk where he's like, "Do you honestly think this fetus is a human being?" And then Charlie Kirk said yes, and he's like, "This is a dolphin." Like it was actually really funny.
Yeah, no, he like
his own
website
one of those people
says where it's like he has this issue is just like it has broken his brain, whereas everything else he seems fine.
Yeah,
his own website says, hold on, where is this?
There's that. Who was it that was it? Mehdi Hassan that coined it? Progressive accept Palestine, like just one of those.
Yeah, it's weird.
His own website says he is currently one of the lead anchors on the Young Turks, the world's #1 online news network, and does his own video series for them twice a week called Rebel HQ.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know he was full time.
Wow.
All right.
T-Types with a super chat. If any of you want to interview Hill Harper, I could get a message directly to his campaign for you through local activists I know. That could be interesting. I will keep that in mind. When is the Michigan primaries? March?
I don't know.
Didn't like a bunch of the dates change this year?
I can't tell. It's in I don't know.
February?
No.
At least the presidential primary. I'm not sure.
Then it might be the same. Yeah, I don't know.
Some states have different dates. So.
The problem is that no one cares about the Democratic presidential primaries because they don't matter.
No one's really following.
So when you look up primary dates, it's all about the Republican primary dates.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, Michigan Senate primary is August 6th. That gives us lots of time.
We should bring him on Leftist Mafia. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
I think that having a candidate,
we'd have to be on our best behavior and be very serious. We could not be.
Yeah, he might not want to expose himself to the Leftist Mafia.
Yeah, I just think it's a funner format to bring like a candidate on a group discussion because I did a bunch.
It's also scarier for them, probably.
Probably it's more boring when you do one-on-one interviews. I did a ton of candidate interviews. And they take so much more time just because they're longer. So you have to record the screen, export that. It's more of a pain in the ass, and people don't really watch them. So I think just bringing them on like a more fun, like informal environment, it just like makes their personalities come out better. Like after doing my Marianne interview, I'm like, that was way too much fucking work, and nobody really watched it. So it's like I think that the better option going forward is just have like group interviews or something because it's just not worth how long it takes to do those interviews.
Yeah.
Cameron Robson. Cameron, nice to see you. It's been a long time since I've seen your name pop up in the chat. Cameron Robson with a super chat. Snow is globe. Yes.
True. Is this? Oh, this is for me. Archangel, $10. Thank you, Archangel. Happy New Year, all. Trying for the for a third time to get my super chat into the show. Look forward to all the future shows for 2024. Always happy to see you, Archangel. I'm sorry that your last one, or the first one, didn't show up. I got your second one, though. Just the first one did not pop up.
Joshua Sean with a super chat. Thank you. Says, Happy New Year's, guys. Any plans to reinvent your dying individual channels? Most of you cover the same story, same angles. Views decreasing?
It's a good one.
No changes. All the same.
I mostly do live streams, and it shows. My live stream viewership seems to be larger than for this stream, the two people I'm hosting with right now, but they mostly do standalone videos, but their standalone videos do much better than my standalone videos because they have very different audiences than mine.
Yeah. A lot of my audience doesn't watch
live streams,
podcast.
right? Yeah.
It's because of live stream, yeah.
Right. Like all these guys are known for doing individual uploaded videos. I'm known for doing live stream videos. Although I do plan on taking more time to do videos this year, hopefully. I'm also launching a newsletter, which is going to be a separate thing. So, I don't know why I'm taking this question seriously when it's very clearly just meant to mock us, but I'm taking it seriously.
Yeah, I mean, for me, my views are the same, but I'm posting less videos than I did last year. I can check, though. Let's see if my channel's dying. I can see how many subscribers I got this last month. 5,000 new subscribers in the last month, so...
I'm actually more focused on growing right here, youtube.com/David Doel. I want to do like just, kind of as a way mentally.
Oh wait, that's something new.
To give me some space.
That's not your usual channel.
Oh, I've had this channel forever. I'm just trying hopefully now to put more content on it. Like maybe I'm going to say once a month right now, but I want to try once a week. But it's hard to find the time.
It's funny. I have the same goal with my second channel.
Yeah, and it's not like it's not political at all. It's mostly gaming, if anything. But maybe some other random shit. But
mine is gonna be miscellaneous shit, political also. Because if there's something that I want to talk about that doesn't warrant like a full video, because all my videos I try to like make it like I want to be able to add something. But like if I just want to say something for like 30 seconds, I'm gonna put it on the second channel. So I'm gonna try to get in the habit of like doing that because I think it could be really fun and therapeutic.
I'm looking at David's YouTube channel he's promoting, and I'm seeing 8 years ago a video of my ayahuasca experience, however you say that.
Oh yeah, that's
Peru.
Up there.
It's good.
That's
it's
right.
Good.
Yeah.
What happened what happened to your friend Miles? You guys were getting something started.
Yeah, we still do podcast. We did one 2 weeks ago.
Really? Where is it? I don't see it.
It's on my actually main channel.
So Miles got promoted to the main channel. Miles got the big promotion.
I wasn't sure where to place the podcast. I think I started it on the main channel. Then I'm like, maybe I shouldn't like divide the political stuff. And so, anyways, but now I'm just putting on the. I don't give a shit. Whatever. If people don't like it, they just don't watch
those videos. I didn't watch your last one.
Me and Miles had a good time.
There was one where Miles was really excited about. Was it the Kepler scope? I don't remember what it was. It was some space thing.
I think it's Kepler. The space.
Or the
telescope.
It was the James Webb.
James Webb. That's what it was.
That's
James
what it
Webb
was.
Space
And I thought
telescope.
that was so cool because like I always was fascinated in space. So,
Actually,
I enjoyed those.
I feel like we should be getting more images from that. I feel like I haven't heard or seen
by
an image
now,
from
right?
that in a while. Yeah, but there are some sweet ones.
Yeah. Okay, Balthazar 228 with $5. So I'm not going to read this because Tara warned me that it's a trap. If I say it out loud, it'll sound dirty or something. So I won't read it. But thank you, Balthazar.
What's wrong with let me get out my hero copter? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I trust Tara, though. Tara said it was a trap.
I don't get it. I'm going to say
I don't know.
Because I don't care.
It's possible you're saying something that is offensive and we don't know. We have no idea.
I don't know.
It's hard to trust anybody now.
Omega with a super chat.
I trust Balthazar, but he's not gonna troll, right? So I don't know.
Gyrocopter versus Herocopter. Okay, I don't get what.
Oh my god. Okay, and Tara is saying that walking here is a trap. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Play on word. I get it. Okay. Omega with a super chat. Ben Glebe is the super Zionist guy constantly making excuses for IDF mass killings every time he comes on TYT Fridays. Now most chatters jump off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've sort of gotten that. Yeah, seems like that's the case, right? Thanks, Omega.
Archangel with $5. Thank you, Archangel, again. What do you guys think of the state DNCs basically giving Biden primary wins, taking other candidates off ballots? Pretty authoritarian of the DNC. Yeah, I mean, it's super fucked up. This is not a new phenomenon. They've been doing, whenever there's an incumbent, the party of the incumbent states always cancel primaries, and it's beyond fucked up. I think that there should be requirements for everyone to compete in a primary, and not just like at the presidential level, in Congress too, where if you have a primary opponent, you need to debate them. It shouldn't just be any Tom, Dick, and Harry. If they get like a certain percentage, debate them. But like the fact that they're not even allowing people to make their voice heard when you have somebody as unpopular as Joe Biden is really egregious in my opinion. Like, it's not like if there was a fair competition, he would lose a primary because he's an incumbent. And unfortunately, that advantage is really strong. But for them to kind of just do that, to kind of give voters the finger, is really stupid and unnecessary and fucked up. So yeah, I'm with you. I think it's really fucked up and authoritarian, Archangel.
It is so stupid of them because they're just making they're making a issue out of something that wouldn't be an issue. Like,
Right.
It's not like Biden's gonna lose.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's no risk. Just let people make their voices heard. There's no reason for you to cancel any primaries, but they can't help themselves.
Balthazar, $10 super chat. Thank you. Says, I find the fact that there's a flat earth global convention and conspiracy cruise called Conspiracy too funny.
I didn't know that.
I looked this up, and it's because I'm like, is this real? And yes, there is. I just
Seriously?
It's a
Oh my God.
Conspiracy is this is from 2016, but I'm sure it still exists. Conspiracy is a 7-day cruise where fringe thinkers can discuss everything from crop circles to mind control on the open sea.
Sounds riveting.
I gotta say, it's clever.
I bet it smells really good there too. All the stinkiest fuckers.
That's why there's an ocean there. Just jump right in. This is for me too. Oh shit. My dogs are goth. $10 super chat. Canadian. Do I have a Canadian sound drop? I really should.
Oh, Canada.
Could you
There you
imagine
go.
if I had that?
I did everything right, and they
sorry, I gotta add some more sound.
There needs to be a sorry.
I gotta say,
Or a
Trump
sorry.
saying
I gotta do
Trump
it.
saying
Sorry.
Trump saying too does sound a bit Canadian.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah,
Too.
that is kind of Canadian, yeah. Anyways, super chat. Hi, David. I'm using the super chat to help Mike's tireless mod, John Ross. He was
Hey,
wondering if he
John.
could interview you for something that he is working on. John, is that I think I was in Twitter chats with you. Let me maybe get back to you. I just honestly, I'm overwhelmed right now in like my personal life, in my work, that I'm just not doing any requests at all. So it's not like anything personal against John. I'm not doing anything right now. But when I get past that, yes, he's in my tweets. I know where to find him. Also for me, but a question for each of you. This is from the Critical Plug. If there was a service where an actor can take your place if you couldn't make an event or meetup or gathering, who would you choose? Where an actor could take my place. This is such a hard question because I don't know.
I would choose Lil Nas X.
Okay.
I trust him.
I'm not really like a celebrity guy. I don't have like celebrities at the top of mind.
Do they have to be living?
I would imagine if they're going to replace you at an event.
It was just a question. They're not actually going to replace us, though.
Yeah, but this is in this hypothetical scenario.
Oh, I've got a good one for you. John Cusack.
For who? For me?
Any of us. He's great. He's a great, great
sure,
lefty.
John.
David gives off John Cusack vibes. I could see John Cusack playing him in a.
I like Tim Robbins. Is he still good or is he canceled for something?
No, I think he's uncanceled and good. Oh, and also the actor from Succession who played God, it's been so long now.
The older brother, right?
No, the old man.
Oh, the old man. He's good. Yes.
I'm blank. Yeah, he's good. I cannot think of his name right now for the life of me. But yeah, he actually read Rafat Al-Arir's poem after he died. Really cool.
Who's that guy that's in oh my God, I'm forgetting it's too late. The show I can't think of it now. It's not going to come to me. Oh. It's Manny Patinkin. Is that his name? I like him. I've always enjoyed Manny Patinkin. I think that Mandy. Him. I like him. So maybe him.
I'm peachy in the chat.
I'm thinking way too hard about this question.
I know.
Mick
I'm
Foley.
Peachy in the chat says, you say anything about John Cusack, and I swear, we love John Cusack here. We are a pro John Cusack chat. Genuinely, like I actually really like him. He's a nice person.
We're pro Q.
Yes.
Pro Q. All right, sorry, last one. Oh, also for me, Eric Miller, thank you for your super chat. Right now, somewhere, someone is creating a deep fake mic claiming the earth is flat. That's how you really get them.
Yeah.
Bring on the real mic, the flat earth mic.
That would be funny.
All right, that's it. That's the end.
Nice.
I was here for the whole thing.
We did it.
Amazing.
First week back, we survived.
And now it's 11:41. It's very late.
Yes.
We actually did this fairly quick. Honestly, sometimes these go a lot longer. We're on 3 hours.
We started like 10:20.
You started a little bit early?
I made sure to start a bit early.
Okay.
Well, it's not going to last too long.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, I will see you all the week after next, but I'll see you online, I'm sure.
Oh, that's right. Enjoy CES. Yeah. Bring back some souvenirs for me. I want a new television and
sure. Yeah. Who we rating on Twitch, by the way? Do you want to raid all raid one person?
I gotta open up Twitch.
Oh, actually, I don't think my Twitch is working.
Is anyone even on me right now?
Oh no, it is working. Okay, I got a message during the stream from StreamYard that my Twitch wasn't streaming or something was messed up, but I guess it is.
I have 8 people watching me on Twitch, so it's not worth it.
Yeah, I have 16 people.
I'm not gonna bother.
I got 56.
I'm not gonna bother.
So I'll throw them over to Amy. I'll throw them over to Amy EC3.
Okay, I'll do the same.
All right,
Amy.
I'm just gonna go. Bye.
All right.
Someone else has to end it. Bye.
Take care, David.
Okay, I'll raid her. And
then
I will...
You press it?
I did.
All right, 10, 9, 8. You got that countdown going on right now?
It's already done. We're ready to
it's
rock.
already done. Oh, all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm sending them over now. All right, everybody. Have a great week. I'll see you all real soon.
Take care.
Peace.